so jealous that you got that one before I found it. It's so cool.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Quasiguru Twitch channel. Today we will be doing a VatSim tutorial flight from Gary Chicago Airport over to Dulles International in Virginia. If everyone knows what Dulles International is famous for, it's famous for a Bruce Willis film, Die Hard 2, the original Die Hard 2, folks. So, if you hear at any moment, YIPEEE come over the radio, we're probably going to go ahead and fly to our alternate airport of Pittsburgh International instead. I don't think we want anybody crashing our plane intentionally tonight. So welcome to the stream, everybody. I'm glad you can go ahead and join us tonight on the Quasiguru Twitch channel. Today we're going to be flying with 14AD. We're going to be doing a shared cockpit down to Dulles, and 14 will be our first officer day. I will be the captain on this flight. We're going to be doing some VatSim tutorial stuff here with your controls and vPilot. So vPilot, he'll be operating in what's called observer mode. That's to prevent issues with being able to sign squawk codes, all that other kind of stuff for VatSim. And Canesto, as far as the route goes, give me a second here. I'm going to get that loaded up here in. I'm going to go ahead and get that loaded up here in Sim Toolkit Pro. So give me a moment here. We'll get that loaded up. And if you're interested in joining in, today's flight's only going to be about an hour and a half long. So as long as you're in a relatively quick aircraft, whether it's an A320 or CJ4, you may be able to stick around with us for the entire flight. So it's totally up to you. But I will also go ahead and post in here the sim brief routing for what we're going to be doing here for the flight. So I'll post that in here for you, Canesto. It's going to be KGYY to KIAD, which is Gary Chicago Airport to Dulles International in Virginia. All right, 14, are we loaded in yet?
Loaded in, ready to go. Cold and dark.
All right, give me one moment here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get shared cockpit going too. I'm going to start the server and give you the IP address to connect to.
Okay, one moment. Are we on East server right now?
We're going to be on East server, yes.
Okay, I need to switch and just give it like 1 minute to flip over.
No problem. Go ahead and do that, and I'll get you the IP address. I'm going to send it to you private DM on Discord, okay?
Okay.
Hello, Ethermaster. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're now following. Today we're going to be doing a flight from Gary Chicago Airport to Dulles International in Virginia. Today's going to be kind of a VatSim tutorial. We have 14AD on board. He'll be the first officer flying with us today. And we're going to be basically doing just a basic VatSim tutorial for our IFR flight. Right now there is no tower logged in at KIAD, but however there is center logged in, and we should have airspace control with them. So you're going to get a little bit of an example today from Gary taking off with an uncontrolled airspace, unless somebody logs into, say, Chicago Center or Chicago Approach. We may be able to go ahead and take off with Chicago Approach or Chicago Center here in a minute, but we're still getting set up, so just give us a little bit of time here. We'll be all good. All right, Ethermaster, we're going to try to get this plane up here fast enough, okay? All right,
Okay,
and
I was connecting to VatSim observer mode, but I can't use the same call sign as you. So should I just change it to Quebec instead of Papa at the end?
no, it should be. Give me 1 second here, okay? I just want to verify it.
Okay.
All right, Ether Master. Well, thank you for so much for stopping by and joining in. Do make sure later on you watch the VOD, especially for some more VatSim knowledge if that's what you're definitely interested in. But yeah, come on back later, look at the VOD, maybe take a look at some of the clips that might be taken, and let us know how you think we did. But yeah, today mainly we're just focusing on training for 14 AD and just, practice, I guess, for me as we're flying on VatSim here. Hey, 14, are you ready to go yet?
I'm ready. I can't connect to VatSim, though. I need a different call sign.
Use November 73 Hotel Papa with a 1 at the end.
Okay.
Yep, and make sure that you're in observer mode.
Yep, got it.
Yep, because that's how they designate the difference between the captain and first officer, or first officer and captain.
Cool. Got it.
And let me know when you're ready for your controls. I did go ahead and set it for 832 and XBOT.
I am ready. Are you hosting?
I am already hosting, so you should be able to pop that IP address in and come on in. It looks like you are showing up as an observer right now in the client list.
So just click on that and then it'll bring me in.
Gotcha. Okay, so I clicked on that and then we use that to give control back and forth to each other under the client list.
Yep, that's right.
Okay, good to know. All right, excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and get in here. Are you already seated then in the plane?
I am. We look a little desynced. I'm slightly behind you. Maybe it'll sync up in just a second here. Give it a moment. Do I need to file my own VatSim?
Are you in spot 97?
Yeah, so I see the back of your head. I'm right behind you.
Because I see a different airplane behind me. I see a Airbus behind me.
Okay, sounds like maybe some of our settings aren't synced up quite right. Let's see.
Oh, okay, I got you, Ether Master. All right, excellent.
Which aircraft did you select in the shared cockpit?
I selected the Airbus A320 in the drop down, like you suggested, for your controls. Is that what you normally use when you do the CJ4?
Hey, Quasi, which aircraft did you select?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So I selected the A320 in the drop down under your controls.
Okay. How about you disconnect me, unhost, and rehost, and then I'll come back in.
All right, I went ahead and I'm rehosting now. Yeah, the spot where that airplane spawned at, though, almost looks like you're in the wrong spot on the lot.
Yeah, I'm at 97. Here, I can back out and come back in. You haven't moved at all, right?
No, I haven't. Let me verify I'm in 97 too. I'm going to jump out too real quick just to make sure so we can get this synced up.
Okay, make sure to shut down your controls real quick.
Already done. Sorry about the time it's taken folks to get set up. Your controls is something new for me, but I definitely want to give it a shot today so we can actually do a shared tutorial on VatSim here.
And go ahead and join the group that I just made. Hey, Knessa, do you remember if we had to join the same group? Like we made a little friend group through Flight Simulator up on the top right?
No, we didn't.
We didn't? Okay. All right, scratch that, Quasi. Don't join it.
$14. Do you hear me?
Yep.
It was my fault. I had the wrong server selected. I was on West instead of East. I'm on East now, so we should be good.
Okay, I am going to load in now.
Sounds good. And when should I start the server?
Don't start it until I'm loaded in and I'm like ready to go.
Sounds
I
good.
play it safe and I close out the entire client, like the application entirely, and I open it up right when we're ready to go.
Well, that's what I'll do then.
Okay, I am ready.
All right, give me a moment here.
Oh, and we should also verify that we both have 30 set for our update rate and timeout timer in the shared cockpit client.
Sounds good. I'll make sure of that. Give me a second here. I'm trying to get it back up. All right, I have 30 and 5 for the 30 for the update rate, 5 for the timeout timer.
Okay, set timeout timer to 30.
Timeout timer to 30, update rate to 30.
And then make sure you hit save settings right below it, and then you should be good.
All right, server's up.
Okay, I should be there. You should be able to click that button and bring me in.
Already did, you're in.
Perfect.
Reconnecting to VatSim right now. Make sure you do the same. And once again, it looks like you spawned behind me a good bit.
Yeah, so I show you in a different plane. I show you in that like white livery with the pink stripe.
Yeah,
Maybe...
that's normal because of VatSim. VatSim does that normally.
Okay.
Yeah, VatSim will not show you the same livery because VatSim shows a like basic default livery.
Okay. Hey, Canesta, when we did this one, the CJ4, did it put you in the right seat? Did it like move you over to the right when you joined?
No, I was on not the captain seat, and then I had to move manually to the right.
How do you do that?
Okay, so do you have the camera tab open?
Yeah, there it is.
Okay, do that, and then toggle pilot, and then co-pilot, and you're good.
Thank you.
All right, let me know when you're ready to get going here.
Okay. Why don't you, Quasi, why don't you go ahead and flip some switches, see if I can move the rudder around, see if I can see what you're doing. Okay, yeah, I see that. Cool. We're connected.
All right, so controls look to be working. Let me go ahead and start to do the procedure to get the plane going then. I'm going to go battery master on.
Check.
Avionics to dispatch mode.
No, not on my side. Probably not implemented yet.
Okay, so go ahead and flip your avionics switch to dispatch mode.
Okay.
Master caution reset. Let's press that.
Got it.
Alright, now let's start setting up everything then. Let's go ahead and do a position INET real quick. Let's get that set up. So, position INET. Click on that. We'll copy FMS position, top tab, down to set position.
Only the left FMC is on.
That's normal. That's normal. That's default behavior, unless your avionics are both on.
I see it. Yeah, and I see you. I just saw you enter in the position in it.
Excellent. Now let's go to tuning. So go down to ton.
Yeah.
We're actually okay. All right. Go to IDX. Let's see what happens when I go to import this. If the flight plan completely imports or not.
Okay. And just clarifying, you're doing everything right now, right?
Yeah, I've got control right now.
Perfect.
You see the flight plan in the computer?
Yes, I do.
You see those legs?
Yep.
Now here I'm not sure what our arrival and departure are going to be, so I'm going to wait to fill that in because I did not get a SID for departure here, and I got a star for arrival, but We'll see depending on the way they're going to go ahead and file us before we go ahead and fill in the rest of that information. I did turn on the ground power unit. I'm going to go ahead and go to Avionics Master on now that we've got the ground power unit on. Everything showing up on your side?
No, I think I need to do this part myself too. So what did you just do?
Avionics Master to on.
Check.
All right, now we've got all the screens on, right?
Yep, all screens on.
Excellent. All right, let's keep going here then. You see COM1's now set to 122.8.
Yes, 122.8. Check.
Excellent. Okay, so that's good there. We got 122.8 on the comm. So far, it seems to be working. I need to unmap a button really quick that's causing my position to center. Give me 1 second here. Let me fix that. All right, now we won't have my position recenter every time I go to talk here in Discord. All right, folks, if you're just joining us right now, we're currently working on doing a shared cockpit with 14AD as the first officer, and me as captain will be flying today from Chicago Gary Airport down to Dulles International in Virginia. Hopefully we don't hear Bruce Willis start to yell Yippee-Ki-Yay. If we do, we'll probably be departing and going up to our alternate airport in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I bet you know how to do it in the A20, and you know what, Ethermaster? It's one of those things, but yeah, as far as squawk code goes, Canesto, so ATC assigns that. So part of craft that I was explaining to you earlier is, you've got clear 2, you have your route, you have altitude, you have your frequency, and you have your transponder code. Here in the CJ, what you do to set your transponder code is, you go to tuning, so you press the tune button in the bottom left-hand corner, and you go to ATC1, you're going to insert whatever squawk code they give you, you're just going to punch it in, and you're going to press the corresponding button next to it. It's actually pretty easy. This plane, I think, is a lot easier to fly than the A20, than the 320 is, or than the Boeing 747. This airplane's very, very simple. So ATC will give you your squawk code. So when we ask for IFR clearance here, what I'm going to do is, here in a minute, I'm going to go ahead and call out, well, I can't really call out for IFR clearance right now, but if I were to right now, if someone were logged in here, what I would do is I would say, let's say Chicago Center was on, right? And that's the difference between in real life flying versus VatSim, or Pilot Edge even. So in real life flying, you would generally call out to clearance delivery or ground to get clearance. So let's say if this was in real life, I would say clearance delivery, November, Citation 73 Hotel Papa, looking for IFR clearance to Dulles. They would come back with something along the lines of Citation 73 Hotel Papa, cleared to Dulles Airport via whatever SID they're going to give us. And then they may give us a few waypoints, and then as filed. And then they'll say, climb, maintain 5,000 feet, expect flight level 410, 10 minutes after departure. Frequency is going to be on 118.75, transponder squawk 1271. And that's the reason why you use craft. You write all that stuff down. As far as squawk code goes in an uncontrolled airspace, generally speaking, you just use like 1200, because that's a VFR thing. But when we end up into, let's say, airlines normally would be filed from the get-go, though. But that's, in real life versus VatSim, right? Like, I'm going to go ahead and file this with VatSim Network so that when we do cross into a different airspace, like I know I think ZTL is online today, a few other airspaces we're going to actually be crossing into. What we'll do is when we cross into those airspaces, I'm going to go ahead and call out to their center. I'm going to say, let's say New York Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, with you, flight level 410. They're going to come back and they're going to say New York Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, squawk 4157. And I'm going to say squawk 4157, citation 73 Hotel Papa. Then after I punch in that code, they're going to come back and they're going to say citation 73 Hotel Papa, radar contact, let's say 40 miles west of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And that's all they're basically going to say. And I'm going to go ahead and just, at that point, you really don't have to acknowledge that radar contact because it's just basic radar contact. So they're going to probably say radar contact, 40 miles west of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, flight level 410. And then at that point, we're going to remain silent for that minute. Okay, so that's the other thing too. So what I would do is I would load up a program like VatSpy, or even on your cell phone, you can install, there's actually a VatSim, like VatSpy for Android even. So you can install that and you can monitor where the controllers are logged in at, stuff like that. You can actually monitor where your airplane's flying through to. Yeah, so Ethermaster, that's a big thing, right? So when you're looking at dealing with, let's say, different airspaces, especially the U.S. So, the U.S. transition altitude is 18,000 feet across the entire United States, right? So when you go from whatever the altimeter is on ground to 18,000 feet, that's when you finally flip to standard. But the other thing about the U.S. too is a lot of times your ATC in the U.S., instead of saying, like, let's say Delta 1471, ATC in the U.S. might say Delta 1471. There's a lot of little different intricacies that people in the U.S. use that other countries do not use. So it does make it a little bit more interesting when you're dealing with these other countries and stuff. But in the United States, we've almost got our own sort of like lingo going on. The other thing is too, in the United States, we don't have follow me cars, right? And of course, we don't have those in the sim either. But almost anywhere else you go in the world has a follow me car at an airport. And they'll generally lead you to where you need to go, or they're going to lead you there if you need help getting to where you need to go at the airport. So it makes it a little bit more easy. It's kind of complicated sometimes in the U.S., but that's all part of the learning curve when you're dealing with aviation. So, but let's go ahead and get things started here. I need to go ahead and file this real quick with VatSim so that we make sure it is on file with them. So when we do cross into airspace, they're not going to say, "Oh, where are you going?"
Sounds good. We also should make sure that I'm able to do things on this. So like click some buttons and make sure it shows up on your side.
Okay, go ahead and give me a second here. Let me look up what the Gary ATIS channel is, and I'll have you punch in ATIS into COM too.
Okay, yeah, I actually just looked it up, so I'm ready for that.
Okay, so Gary ATIS is going to be the code for, the frequency for Gary ATIS is 34575.
Okay, have you turned me off of observer mode in your controls?
Let me give that a shot real quick. Give me 1 second.
You don't need to give me control. You just okay there. Now I see I'm in. Okay.
Yeah, I had to give you control that time.
Okay, I'm gonna start messing with the FMC.
Yeah, but set COM2 to 134575.
134575.
Yeah, 134575 for COM2. And here's another thing too, you really don't have to use the dot in this aircraft, just to let you know.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you see me enter that in?
Yep, 134575. I saw everything come through on that. So let's pop up the, because I don't have ATC's volume up, so we're gonna see the ATIS here.
Okay, I'm still doing this, right?
Yeah, you're still doing this. I'm pulling it up here on my channel. I'm writing down the ATIS information.
Yeah, I just wrote it down too.
So right here, all aircraft refueled back Read back, hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact that you have information golf. We have golf. We're going to go ahead and get the rest of the information here. Not really into golf, you know. I mean, I'm more of a person that likes to play putt-putt, things along those lines. But I'm gonna go ahead and copy down the rest of the information here. It looks like we've got 14 working on entering the wind in to the MCDU, so that's excellent. We got the temperature entered in, -7. QNH is 30. What was it?
All right.
Yeah, you're doing a good job here so far, but I just saw you enter in the wind. I saw you enter in the temperature. I think the QNH was 3022, was it?
I heard 3027, but the in-game ATC is telling me something different than the VatSim, so I'm just going to go with the VatSim one.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So what I would do is, because we're flying since we're flying on live weather in Flight Sim, we want to use the in-game one, because the problem with that is, let's say if we were flying into an airspace, right, and we're down below the transition altitude. The danger with using VatSim's QNH, if you use VatSim's QNH to actually do everything, then you're also using their barometric pressure. And the issue with that is, if you're not using their weather exactly, it's going to cause issues with your altitude. So we want to use the in-game one for this flight. So, I mean, we can repeat the altimeter they give us, but we're going to ignore that altimeter.
Gotcha. Okay.
Exactly. Now here's the thing, though. So VatSim QNH is very functional for the most part, okay? But the problem is, since Flight Sim 2020 doesn't have an add-on yet like X-Plane does, to implement VatSim weather, we have to use whatever weather we're using in Flight Simulator.
Okay.
All right, well, I can tell you this. So right now, over in Gary, because I was just over in Gary today, the runway is probably going to be dry/wet, but we'll go ahead and leave dry in there for now. Go ahead and click next in there, and let's go ahead and get set anti-ice to on, and go ahead and click send.
Sending.
Okay.
Send.
All right, excellent. And then let's go ahead and make sure that we've also got the weights punched in too.
Okay, which one's that at?
Okay, so the 125.6, that's the CTAF at Gary, but we're not going to use 125.6 at Gary. And the only reason for that is we use 122.8 because it's VatSim. VatSim's entire Unicom Canesto is on 122.8, so we're going to ignore the 125.6 at Gary for CTAF. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go to Performance, go to Performance INET, and then under Cargo, this is where we're going to enter in the rest of the weight numbers, because we have 2,880 pounds of sense fuel. I'm going to up that really quick because we're probably going to need a little bit more fuel than that to get there. So go ahead and set fuel, let's say, to 100% just for the heck of it.
In the like in-game fuel thing, not in this
Yes.
FNC, right?
Yeah. In the in-game fuel, set your fuel to 100% for both left and right.
Got it. What's your payload show?
That's what I'm working on right now. I don't know if you're looking at the stream or not, but if you want to mute the stream, you'll be able to see my settings too.
Okay, I'll watch the stream. There's some overlays on it. I think I can figure it out.
There you go. How about that? Does that work?
Perfect, thank you.
I got pilot, co-pilot at 170 pounds, and then everything else except for below the passengers. I have no more passengers in here. It's just us.
Okay, very good. I'm showing a total takeoff weight 16,682.
Excellent. Now what you're going to do is we're going to take that 640 pound number. We need to punch that into the computer. So that's going to be the cargo number. Even though we have people in here, you're going to ignore the people number, and there's a reason for that. The only problem with working Title Mod is it doesn't give you the ability to change your average numbers, so we're just going to go ahead and just punch it all into cargo. I learned that from a CJ4 pilot.
Okay, so payload the 640.
Yep, so put 640 into cargo.
Check.
All right, now go to takeoff. And now we're going to go ahead and finish it. So click next. Now click complete send. And did you see how much the numbers went up on the V1 VR?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's significantly different as far as the aircraft goes now. So we've got that all configured now. Let's go ahead and get some lights going on in here. I don't know if lights will desync us, will they?
I'm not sure. I think you should go ahead and do the lights just to be safe.
All right, I got some lights up now. So we got lights in the aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and finish registering this flight real quick with VatSim too. I'm not a pilot, by the way, just what I've learned so far. Is that because people basically wait nothing? Okay, so yeah, Ether Master, that's the thing. So the way this works is CJ4 pilots tend to say that the reason why they don't use that perf page very often, they don't use the people page, is because realistically, you can punch all the weight into cargo. And it's not like the plane's communicating with ground if there's an emergency, right, that you've got X amount of souls on board, because that's something you still have to repeat regardless. So it's easier just to enter everything under cargo. That way, if you have, a cabinet on board, you got luggage on board, you have people on board, you can just enter in all those weights under one area to make it easier when you're setting up the perf page for the aircraft. All right, so let's go ahead and let's start the checklist here if you want to, or we can go ahead and do this without a checklist. I'm good either way. It's up to you.
Yeah, I have a checklist here.
All right, so we can go ahead and start the checklist. We can go through the normal checklist menu to make sure that everything's kosher on the plane. We can go ahead and do that if you want, or we can go ahead and just keep going. I don't mind getting off the ground a little bit sooner, so but it's up to you.
Sure. Yeah, that's fine. I also have like a PDF up here too. We could go through a little quicker.
Oh yeah, if you want to go ahead and do that, let's do that.
Okay. Cool. So let's see. Battery switch on.
Check.
Emergency light switch armed.
In up, but check.
Okay. Standby flight display switch on.
Check.
Avionics switch dispatch. Oh, we already finished that one.
We're already on.
Okay. Wheel chocks removed.
Wheel chocks removed. Check.
Cabin door closed.
Cabin door closed. Check.
All right. Passenger briefing.
Passenger briefing. We'll go ahead and do that here in a second, but we'll say check right now.
Okay. Let's see. Exterior lights as required.
Let's make sure we do this at the same time. Let's turn on nav. Let's go for logo, taxi, and we'll go ahead and do strobe light.
Nice. I saw all those go when you did it, so
excellent. Excellent. All right, I'm going to go ahead and arm belt and safety for passenger lights.
Perfect. ECAS check.
ECAS, 1 second. TCAS set to mode C, TARA.
Okay, check. FMS check.
FMS check.
Climate control selector off.
Climate control selector is in the off position.
Okay, we are ready to begin the start checklist.
All right, let's go ahead and let's start checklist.
Throttles idle.
Throttles idle.
Engine starter button push.
Starting right engine, pressing right engine button now.
Yep, I see it. Okay.
We have N2 rotation already. We're going to go ahead and go to run.
Good. Wait for ITT rise.
And we have ITT rise.
ECAS check.
ECAS check.
Okay, repeat for left engine. Engine starter button.
Left engine starter button check. Rotation on N2. Going to go to run.
Okay. Wait for ITT.
All right, we are ITT'd out. We are starting to get the engine up here to idle.
Perfect. Next, we'll be disconnecting external power.
And we'll go to IDX mod set, and then we'll go ahead and disconnect the GPU. Ground power unit disconnected.
Okay. Uh-oh, I have master caution. Or master warning.
What are you getting the master warning for?
I'm not sure. I'm going to take the passenger... fuel pressure and oil pressure.
I got both engines up. Check to make sure your engines are up on your side.
I heard them go up, but I guess they didn't go, so I'll do mine real quick.
Yeah, make sure you get your engine started.
I'll have to go in like 5 minutes.
That's okay, Canesto, no problem. But yeah, you can definitely see the run buttons go on. We have the lights inside the cockpit, which adds a feature with the CJ4 mod. We also have control over those lights inside the cockpit as far as dimming goes within the MCDU. So a couple of cool things they've added on worth working title mod at least. Let me know when your engines are up.
Okay, yeah, just started up left, and it's looking good. N2 over 20% on both.
Excellent. You know, Ethan Master, that would actually be pretty cool. I'd love to see that kind of performance.
Electrical system check.
Check.
Okay, that completes the start checklist.
All
Shall we
right.
move on to before taxi?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do before taxi real quick.
Very good. Avionics switch on.
Avionics is on.
Climate control selector normal.
Climate control selector normal. Going to go ahead and increase the temperature.
Okay. Then we have passenger light safety button on.
Check.
Check our trims.
Trims check.
Check our flight controls.
Flight controls are free and correct.
Check. Speed brake. Check.
Speed brake check.
Flaps.
Flaps, let's go ahead and start to deploy those. Let's go down to 30 degrees. Make sure they go all the way down.
Yes, I see it.
Flaps are at 30. Excellent. Let's go ahead and bring them back up to 15.
Yep. Got it. Okay, hydraulic pressure check.
Hydraulic pressure check back.
Okay, engine only anti-ice as required.
Anti-ice for engines on.
Okay, engage, disengage autopilot.
Autopilot's off.
Very good. Altimeter check. I show 30.29. Oh, wait. What do you show for the altimeter?
I'm setting mine right now, 3029.
Cool, I see it. There we go.
Great, 3029 set.
Okay, and then pressurization verify.
Pressurization verified.
We are ready for taxi.
All right, let's go ahead and I'll go ahead and call out really quick for taxi. Well, I'll go and call out for IFR. Well, let's see here. We don't have, I don't think anyone signed in, right? Let me look here just to make sure we didn't have someone jump in. We have Indianapolis Center, Kansas City, Minneapolis, Milwaukee, Midway Tower. And we have Midway ATIS. Generally speaking, I don't ever see the other towers control other airports, but it just depends on the person. I'm going to just send them a private message real quick to verify that they don't want us to get clearance from them first. If not, we'll go ahead and we'll broadcast for an uncontrolled airspace for takeoff, and we'll just blast out that way.
Very good.
So, Canesto, that's the thing. So, generally in VatSim, it depends. So, a lot of times, just because you don't have a tower on the airport you're at, doesn't mean that VatSim will not want you to contact your closest tower. And considering that we're basically in Midway's airspace because we're less than 40 miles away, there is a possibility they may say yes, but I'm pretty sure they're going to say we don't need to talk to them because we're a good distance away from Midway Airport.
Hey, Quasi, I'm gonna grab some water really quick. I'll be right back, okay?
Feel free. I'm going to go ahead and get finished with final with VatSim too. So that's the thing. So, Canesto, Midway Tower's at 135.2, but I'm going to send them a private message before I do anything else because I don't want to, per se embarrass myself by asking them for clearance, because sometimes the controllers on VatSim are very helpful and they'll help you get out of there, but then there's other times that they don't want to help you at all. So it's one of those things you got to be really kind of careful with. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing, in the EU, they generally do contact you too. Okay, so that's what you do. So in vPilot, when you're connected, whether or not you're in mode C or not, you would right click on the area that you want to send a private message to. And you'll click open private chat. And then that's going to open up a separate window, which popped up this MDW tower with the guy's name. So I'm going to send him a message just to verify he doesn't want clearance from us before we take off. Well, he doesn't want us to grab IFR clearance from him, or he doesn't want us to grab takeoff clearance from him. More than likely, he's going to tell me just to run Unicom. Now, let me show you something here really quick, Canesto. So, when you pre-file a flight from SimBrief, this is what's going to happen. You're going to click on that pre-file button, and this is all going to pop up. Now, a lot of times what I see happen is, wait a second. I'm guessing 14 AD is starting to sync up over my airplane. Needless to say, though, a lot of times what will happen is when you start to pre-file and stuff, you're going to see that your call sign is not going to match for some odd reason with SimBrief. It happens with me all the time, even though I do change it. So make sure you enter in your call sign correctly. Make sure you also verify your route, everything like that. Make sure your aircraft type is correct. And then you're going to come down here to registration, make sure that's correct. Once you make sure all that's correct, you can click File Flight Plan. And if it says Flight Plan filed, you're safe. If it doesn't say that, then there's going to be an issue. But now I got my flight plan filed. Hopefully this guy doesn't give me an issue because I was planning on taking off about 30 minutes ago. So I don't think we'll have too much of an issue. Most of the time they're pretty generally nice to you, but other than that, it's hard to say. Yeah, I do. I'm pretty sure that's 14 AD. Or that's you. I'm not sure. Is that you? That or it's 14 AD suddenly syncing up with me.
Nah, it's me.
I thought that was you. I was wondering why there was an aircraft sitting off the side like that, so.
Alright, I'm gonna disconnect now.
Not a problem.
Alright, I think I might be back once I'm done. No promises.
If you jump in, great. If you don't, you don't. You can always catch the VOD, and like I said, we'll go ahead and do a flight with you too then to help get you up on your VatSim knowledge.
Alright, see ya.
Right, see you later, Canesto. Thanks for joining us tonight. All right, so I just sent this Josh guy a message. I said citation 73 Hotel Papa. I'm at KGYY. Do you want me to request clearance from you? Also, will you be covering KGYY or just go Unicom? Yeah, you know, Ethermaster, that happens a lot. I don't see it happening very often, honestly, in the US, at least being on VatSim. I've never had too much of an issue with that.
Okay,
Most of the time, if there is an issue with it, they'll do an amendment to it. And I don't have a problem copying down an amendment. You know, the biggest thing is making sure that you have a pen and paper handy when you're copying down a clearance. That's the biggest thing. Welcome back, 1480. Welcome back.
Let me know when you're ready, and I'm going to transfer control back to you.
Sounds good. I'm going to go ahead and try to pull up. I'm going to try. No need to contact me. I'm just covering KMDW. You need to be on Unicom. All right, so that's the only thing I wanted to verify. I wanted to make sure the controller was fine with me not needing to contact him. All right, go ahead and transfer controls back over to me.
You have control. And will you just do one more flight control? Just move your rudder just to verify.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and move rudder, left rudder.
Very good. Yes.
Right
I see
rudder.
it.
Left roll, right roll.
Check.
Up, down.
Perfect. Okay. Looks good.
Excellent. Okay, so I just got confirmation that we do not need to worry about contacting Midway Tower. So we're gonna go and stay on Unicom for now and get out of here.
Okay, that's 122.8.
Yep, we're already tuned into 122.8, and what we're gonna do is now we're gonna call out Gary Traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa. Gary Traffic citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via, I believe it's Alpha. Let me verify our chart here really quick. Yeah, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha 7 Alpha, and then you're going to say Gary. So it'll be Gary Traffic citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha 7 Alpha for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Sorry, give me a second. My comms are different than yours. Sorry.
You want me to drop that in the Discord too?
No, I think I can. I think I can call it out. But can you check your comms right now and tell me what channels or what frequencies you're showing? Because I'm not showing it right.
Okay, hold on one moment. So it looks like COM 2 went to 122.8 COM 1's on 122.8 as well.
I show COM 1 119.55.
Go ahead and set COM 1 to 122.8.
Okay.
Make sure you select that frequency so it's active.
Got it.
Is it showing active in VPilot?
Yes, active in VPilot. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I'll make the call out November 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha, right?
Right. Stand by 1 second though. It looks like we're having one little issue here with the system. Okay, there we go. Does it show COM 1 TXRX and VPilot?
Yes, TX and RX are both there.
Yeah, so it's going to be Gary Traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha 7 Alpha for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Okay, let me read it back to you before I broadcast it, okay?
Sounds good. All right, Ethermaster, thank you for joining in tonight. Hopefully you'll be able to catch the rest of this VOD here later, and we'll be off the ground in a minute. Feel free to read it back to me first.
Okay, I'm going to say Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 27 via Alpha 7 Alpha for IFR departure to Gary.
Yeah, so no, to Dulles. So it's going to be, and here's the thing, it's Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30, not 27, 30, via Alpha 7 Alpha, Gary, to Dulles, Gary.
Gotcha. So it's Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha 7 Alpha for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Exactly, and it's Dulles. But yeah, you got it right. That was 100% on top of it. Yep.
Cool. Sorry, it took me a few tries there. I got it, and I'm ready to broadcast.
Excellent. Go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and set altitude here for initial climb. We're probably going to go up to 5,000 feet, and then we'll transition up to flight level 410.
Very good. Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taxiing to runway 30 via Alpha 7 Alpha for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
That was amazing. That was amazing. You nailed that so good tonight. That sounded really good. I know you messaged me last night when you were going to be departing, I think, flying a flight to LAX or something like that, but that was amazing. Yeah. You just nailed that. That was amazing. Good job.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and turn the parking brake off. We're going to go ahead and just check over configuration real quick before we get ready for takeoff. Looks like flaps are set to 15. We'll go ahead and do a passenger briefing here for the passengers. All right, we got seatbelt signs, everything's going on. We're going to go ahead and turn on the beacon because we're about to have some movement. Generally, you don't have to do that until you're about to get on the runway, but we're so close that we're just going to turn it on right now. Let's go ahead and also make sure that we have pitot heat engaged before we get off the ground, and wing engine anti-ice engaged because it is cold as crap here in Gary. Welcome back, dear Slayer. We got 14 AD today sitting in the co-pilot seat. We're doing a VatSim tutorial, so you know, it's probably not best, I will suggest this, not to use an unsupported aircraft with the pilot and your controls to do a VatSim flight, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to give it a shot. We're going to see how it goes. Today's flight time is going to be about an hour and 18 minutes. Hopefully everyone enjoys the flight, and we'll be taking off here shortly. All right, so now what we're going to do is 14. You're going to go ahead and call out Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, lining up for runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Okay, Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, lining up at runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Exactly. Go ahead and broadcast that on VatSim.
Okay. Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, lining up at runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles, Gary.
Amazing. That was perfect. That was perfect. Okay. We're going to go ahead and check. We're going to go ahead and check clear left, clear right. We'll go ahead and taxi out here onto the runway. Yeah, dear Slayer, you know, I'm glad you're coming in to watch, you know, and if you're interested at some point, you know, feel free to jump in and join us on a VatSim flight. That's primarily what I really like to do, but, you know, it all depends on what, you know, we got going on, too, so. All right. Now what you're going to do is 14. We're lined up. I'm going to just go ahead and just do a quick run-up of the engines, make sure everything's okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring engine power up by about 40%. Looks like we are stabilized. I'm going to go ahead and just drop engine power for a second. Now what I want you to do is I want you to broadcast out saying Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taking off runway 30 for departure to the southeast. So it's going to be, sorry, Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taking off runway 30 for IFR departure Dulles to the southeast, Gary.
Okay, Gary traffic, citation Papa, taking off runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles. to Dulles Southeast. Is that right, Gary?
So it'll be Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taking off runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles to the southeast, Gary.
Got it. I'm going to broadcast it, okay?
Excellent. Go ahead.
Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, taking off runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles to the southeast, Gary.
Okay, now the next thing you're going to call out before I get the takeoff roll going, I just want to make sure you have this down so that you know what you're doing. It's going to be once we're up in the air, okay? You're going to call out citation 73 Hotel. You're going to call out Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, clear runway 30 for IFR departure to the southeast for Dulles, Gary. Did you get that?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Gary traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, clear of runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles. Yeah?
Yep. For IFR departure to Dulles to the southeast, Gary.
Got it.
All right, V1,
Gary
rotate.
Traffic, Cessna 73 Hotel Papa, clear of runway 30 for IFR departure to Dulles to the southeast, Gary.
Excellent. That was great. That was wonderful. You did that just fine.
Did I do it too soon?
Nope, you did it just fine. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start our right turn here because we're going to fly this direct since we're not being given any other directions. I'm going to start our right turn here to backtrack here for the line, but that was perfect. Honestly, I generally wait till I'm about 400 or 500 feet off the ground before I do it, but honestly, you did just fine. And especially since you called us out of Cessna instead of Citation, they're probably thinking we're in a smaller plane, so they'll be a little bit more forgiving for that. So we're all good.
Dang, yeah. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. You did just fine. There was nothing wrong with that. Your communication was excellent. You were right on board with what you need to be doing. So now that we're above 1,000 feet, though, I'm going to go ahead and give control to the autopilot here shortly. Since we're within a class Bravo, though, I'm going to keep it under 240 knots until we get above 10,000 feet, and then we'll go ahead and speed it back up again.
Sounds good. You want to do the after takeoff climb checklist?
Let's go ahead and do that here shortly. Let me go ahead and get autopilot just configured really quick, make sure that we're all good on that end, and then we should be all good up to where we're flying to tonight.
Sounds good.
All right, I just went ahead and added some power. Let's go ahead and start doing that after takeoff checklist as well.
Okay, landing gear up.
Check.
Flaps 0.
Flap 0, check.
Throttles to climb.
Throttles to climb, check.
Yaw damper on.
Yaw damper on, check.
Autopilot on.
Autopilot's on, check.
Ice protection systems as required.
Ice protection systems are on as required, check.
Passenger light buttons as required.
Passenger lights buttons on as required, check.
Landing lights button as required.
Landing lights, let's go ahead and clean it up real quick. Taxi lights are off, landing lights are off, check.
Pressurization check.
Check.
Altimeter cross check.
3029, 3029, 3029, check.
3029 check. Okay. Our next checklist will be cruise whenever we're ready for that.
Excellent. Well, we're climbing right now. It'll be a little bit before we're up at cruise, but yes, we will be all good here all good shortly.
Very good.
Yeah, Canesto, I forgot to change scenes. That's totally my fault. What's that? So I don't know if I'm just experiencing the problem or what, but for some odd reason right now, I cannot get this plane to fly direct. I'm going to try one more thing and see if I can get it to work.
Okay, what's the issue you're having?
It's just not flying direct to Lukey like I programmed it to.
And we're in nav mode.
Yeah, we're in nav mode. I'm trying to figure out what's up.
Okay, let me know how I can help.
All right, I just got to take over. I just skipped Lukey. I'm going direct to Oddens. It should be good now. All right, I normally use flight level change with this aircraft to get it up. It's pretty fast going up, so we'll probably hit 41,000 within about 10-15 minutes at max.
Sounds good. And we are staying on Unicom, right?
Yeah, we're going to stay on Unicom until we cross into a center that's going to be able to control us. So right now, if I look at VatSpy, let's see what our next area is going to be. Oh, it looks like we may have coverage now all of a sudden. Let me just make sure really quick.
Okay. So when you're doing this, do you generally just occasionally check the map just to see if you're in a controlled airspace every once in a while?
Yeah, I check it every once in a while just to make sure I'm in a controlled airspace. If I'm not, then I don't tend to bother. Like right now, for instance, we have Chicago Center online, so I can contact Chicago Center right now. So I'm going to tune us over there real quick, and then I'll have you broadcast out. Let's make sure your radio shows the same as mine. If not, you're going to have to enter that in manually too. Okay. But Chicago Center is going to be 134875.
Yep, I see you putting it in.
Maintain 9,000.
Yep.
1,000 on 3026, Manchester 12.
You hear him?
I hear him.
Excellent. Okay, so this is what you're going to do now, okay?
Chicago Center, good day.
Give me 1 second here. I'm going to wait for some quiet so I can tell you what to say.
Yeah, that was loud.
So basically, it's going to be...
Chicago Center, Squawk 1363.
It's going to be, you're going to say Chicago Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, climbing through 19,000 feet for flight level 4, climbing through flight level 190 for flight level 410. And you're just going to leave it at that, okay? So Chicago Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, climbing through flight level 195 for flight level 410.
Okay, you can say Chicago Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, climbing through flight level 195 for flight level 410.
That's right. That's what you're going to do.
Okay, I'm going to do it. Chicago Center, citation 73 Hotel Papa, climbing through flight level 195 for flight level 410.
November 73 Hotel Papa, Chicago Center, Squawk 1322.
Squawking 1322, 73 Hotel Papa.
Air Canada 3 Mike Foxtrot, radar contact 13 miles northeast of the Pullman VOR, cross fire at maintain 9,000.
Sorry, Quasi, I just took that response there.
That was
How do you
perfect.
handle that?
Crossfire 1190, correction, altimeter 3026, Air Canada 394.
That was absolutely correct. I'm waiting for him to call us out now.
Okay.
Chicago Center, StockOut 1612, level 400, 50 miles to the northeast of Dubuque.
.com 1612, Chicago Center radar contact, Squawk 1336.
Do you want me to just assume I'm going to take care of comms, and then if they're asking us something and you want to talk back, you just say something?
Absolutely, that's what we'll do. And then when we land, I'll take over comms, and you're going to be flying in for the landing.
73 Hotel Papa, radar contact 10 miles southwest of the Gipper VOR. Climb and maintain flight level 410.
Go ahead and say climb and maintain flight level 410, citation 73 Hotel Papa.
Sorry, what was the flight level? I missed it.
Climb and maintain flight level 410, citation 73 Hotel Papa.
Climb and maintain flight level 410, citation 73 Hotel Papa. Sorry about that.
Nope, you're totally fine. I figured he would give us that call out anyway, so we're all good. No problem, Canesto, no problem. All right, everyone, welcome to the Quasiguru Twitch channel. Tonight we're flying from Gary Chicago Airport to Dulles International in Virginia. It's also very well popular. We're doing this on VatSim right now, Slant LIMA. But we're doing this on VatSim with 14AD as our first officer. Right now, he's taking comms. We're doing a your controls flight with FS 2020 with an unsupported plane, the citation CJ4. So far, we haven't had too many issues on this flight. It's actually been, for the most part, a smooth flight. But with that being said, folks, I just want to let everyone know, we are trying to do a VatSim tutorial so everyone can learn a little bit more about how to use VatSim to get a little bit better experience out of their flight sim experience. So welcome to the channel. Welcome, everybody. If you haven't already, make sure that you take a look at our crew. We have a crew that we fly with that we all enjoy flying together. This is a good group of folks. If you haven't already, make sure you follow everyone on this list. You got Complete Freedom. He's a student pilot in real life. He's on his way to achieve his private pilot license. We got Mr. Pilot 222. He's a professional Airbus simmer. We got Slayer T. He's a professional CJ4 simmer, just like I. And we have 14AD. He's a new VatSim user who's always learning as he flies and a comedian himself. Folks, if you haven't already, make sure you stop by all their channels, click that follow button, and if you'd like to also, make sure you drop that subscribe as well. We also have Canesto too. I'm going to go ahead and enter in his ID here really quick, but make sure that you take a look at Canesto too. Canesto's another wonderful simmer. He's also one of the mods to my channel. He does an excellent job, folks. I'll tell you what, I couldn't ask for a better mod than someone like Canesto. But folks, yeah, we're currently having a good flight here. It's pretty stable. We went ahead and transitioned over to 29902 for our altimeter, and we're currently going to be going up to flight level 410 for this flight. It looks like right now at the current speed we're going to be at Dulles in about an hour and 25 minutes. It should be going down once we hit cruise, and here soon 1480 will help with the checklist once we're at cruise altitude. So we have a really great flight for you tonight, folks. I hope you're all going to enjoy it, and I hope you might learn something about VatSim tonight. Yeah, I think one of the benefits of 14 is it looks like we're going to have coverage all the way right now to Dulles. So I think this was the perfect time to take off tonight, and our timing together with, getting your controls together and everything was actually kind of perfect. It just worked out really well. So we're going to have a good flight here. We're going to enjoy this, and hopefully we can keep our airspeed up and just have a safe, pleasant flight to get over there to Dulles International. Folks, if you don't know already, also, Dulles International is very well known for a certain Bruce Willis movie, Die Hard 2. So if we start to hear Yippee-Ki-Yay come over the radio, folks, we will be flying to our alternate airport in Pittsburgh. I don't want to worry about possibly crashing later, right? So, but thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you 14 for being the first officer today. I went ahead and I took off. 14 is going to be landing the plane once we get over there to Dulles. He'll be landing. I'll be taking care of comms at that point. But right now, he's control of comms, just like you would do in the real world, folks. It's not that difficult. All you really need to do is when you log into vPilot, if you're going to use if you're going to use something like your controls, make sure you use like maybe the Airbus A320 model for the CJ4 if you're going to use the CJ4. And then what you'll do is on vPilot, your captain will maintain the normal call sign. The first officer will append maybe a 1 or a 2 at the end, and the first officer will have their self in observer mode on VatSim. So this is possible, folks. I know a lot of people don't think it is, but it is something you can do. It's something you can enjoy. So welcome, everybody. And And I don't know if you saw that just now, 14, but once you get up to about a certain speed and altitude, autopilot on the CJ4 for some odd reason switches over to Mach number. So I just went ahead and I adjusted Mach to standard speed so that we can make sure we keep climbing at 240 knots. So that's the reason why we leveled off for just a second.
Okay, very good. Yeah, I had also noticed that. I don't know why that happens.
Exactly. You know, I think the one big thing that we're going to notice too is, at least with using your controls on this aircraft, because it seems like there's a lot that is disconnected between the controls. I would say the number one thing we're going to notice a difference with is going to be probably the throttles. Maybe the flaps, but I'm thinking the throttles are going to be desynced. So, you know, of course, when we're going down, you know, I'll have you decide how you want to handle it. But we do have, I think, a top of descent right now. But since we didn't get told to change our arrival, we'll go ahead and stick with Gibbs 2, and we'll go ahead and configure that really quick too as well. So if you want to real quick, hit the departure arrival button, see if that works for you.
1 second. Okay, yep.
Okay, excellent. So we're going to make sure we're doing the arrival here. We're going to do the arrival on, let me verify which runway we were set up for. I think I have it somewhere up here in the chat as well. Let's see here, which runway are we?
Unit 475, contact Chicago, approach 119.0.
Okay, so we're going to be landing on one right, so make sure it's ILS one right, first off.
WestJet 712, clear direct fire.
1 right.
Direct fire, WestJet 712.
Then click, I think it's going to end up being Gibbs 4, even though it says Gibbs 2. Maybe go click next through the stars and make sure we don't see any other Gibbs listed.
I actually show Gibbs 4 on my side.
Do you see a Gibbs 2 at all, or is it just Gibbs 4? We're going to do Gibbs 4 then.
Just Gibbs 4. Do you see Gibbs 2 or 4?
Yeah, I don't see a Gibbs 2 on this side either, so go ahead and click on Gibbs 4.
Chicago, good evening. Frontier flight 523, flight level 340, 90 miles east of the KGYY.
Frontier flight 552, Chicago, or Frontier flight 523.
Let's see if I can verify transition on that.
Sorry, can you say it again?
1327 for Frontier.
I'm going to see if I can verify the transition, if we even need it.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Let me just check our legs and see if it's in the legs even.
1327, 523.
Yeah, go ahead and click legs and start clicking next through legs real quick.
Got 1 discontinuity right for Gibbs.
That's going to be a vector probably. It's going to be a vector hold point. And since we're going to have ATC all the way over there, we'll leave the discontinuity in there for now. So we got Gibbs, we got Sonny, we've got Gabe, Siab, Mike J. Those were none of the ones listed. So yeah, go back to departure arrival. And go ahead and just click execute.
Execute.
There we go. So now go back to legs. It looks like we're 55 minutes out from Dulles right now, so we're going to just maintain this climbing up right now, and then that discontinuity we'll leave in there just for now until we're 100% sure we need to get rid of it.
Papa, LIMA airspace clans with correction. Cleveland offline, radar service terminated for exchange approved.
You're going to say...
Correction, that was for November 7-3 Hotel Papa, LIMA airspace radar service terminated for exchange approved.
Yeah, so go ahead and say 7-3 Hotel Papa, frequency change approved. Yeah, say 7-3 Hotel Papa, frequency change approved. Have a good day. Later.
7-3 Hotel Papa, frequency change approved. Thank you, have a good day. Frontier flight 523, clear direct capper.
Well, you're totally fine. Now go to tuning, and we're going to tune back into 122.8.
Okay, I'll tune us to 122.8.
EPS 2114 heavy, resume normal speed.
And that'll be COM 1?
Yeah, just leave it on COM 1.
Did you say something to UPS 2114 heavy?
EPS 2114.
Okay, 122.8 on my side for COM 1.
Looks good on my side too. Just make sure VPilot looks good on your end too.
Yep, looks good on my end.
Excellent. Everything's like synced up. So looks like Cleveland Center ended up logging off on us. That's okay though, but we'll definitely have some more coverage here in a little bit. So
Cool. I did have a little bit of a disconnect issue there. I heard a stall warning and I looked up and we were kind of desynced, but we look better now. But now my main display is not looking quite right. So I'm looking into that.
okay, sounds good. Let me know what's going on.
Can I get a altimeter check real quick? 30.29 on your side?
It should be standard. Make sure you're set to standard.
Where do I set that?
So you have the barrel knob on your side.
Yeah.
Click on it and it'll change to standard.
Oh, just click. Okay.
Did it change over? If not,
now I show 29.93.
it'll be 2992. So if you need to, just adjust it down one.
Okay. 2992, got it. And you confirm you have your pitot static heat on 1 and 2?
Yeah, 1 and 2's on right now. We can go ahead and shut off 1 and 2 though.
Okay, can you go ahead and do that on your end? Because I show it off. I just want to see what happens.
Now it's off.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, looks better.
I just turned it back on. Go ahead and leave it on though.
Okay, I'm going to turn mine on, so don't press any buttons just for 1 second here. Okay. Cool, I got mine on too. Thank you.
Excellent, no problem.
So I have a question, if now's a good time, about discontinuities in the flight plan.
Yeah, go ahead.
So what would happen if we didn't take that out? When we eventually got there, what would happen?
Okay, so the discontinuity is designed for a vector. So generally that vector, the purpose of the vector is generally for the approach, right? So ATC may say, fly this heading, and then they will vector you in for your final, right? Now, if you don't take it out, the plane's going to stay on that heading. So it'll just stay there forever until you take it out. But right now, I mean, legitimately, we don't have to take it out. We can take it out right now if you want, or we can leave it in there. It's totally up to you. Generally speaking, if you do take it out, then at that point, you just want to make sure you're being really careful, especially when you're in that airspace talking to the other controllers and stuff too. So, but yeah, we should be good either way. If you want to take it out, feel free. If you don't want to, that's fine too. So if you want to take it out, though, click clear delete, and then you're going to click on that discontinuity.
Yeah, I know how to take it out, but I was just curious, like in general, if it was a bug or if it's like a real thing. But it sounds like it's an intentional part of the flight plan to keep you on the same path.
It's actually intentional, and it's mainly designed for the approach or the set.
Gotcha. Thank you for explaining that.
Not a problem.
And then one other question. I promise it's the last one about the flight plan. Whenever you ask.
Oh, you're all good. Go ahead and ask. Just feel free.
So then on the first page of the legs, we have our auto or inhibit in the sequence there. Is that simply just controlling if it's going to automatically go to the next waypoint when you've reached the previous one?
Yeah, so
versus hold?
Exactly. So that's going to control whether or not it's going to keep going down the sequence. If you
okay.
And that'll also do the same thing, let's say for VNAV too. So it will hold your altitude where it wants you to be at if you hit inhibit, but if you do auto, it's going to descend via VNAV as well. So basically it inhibits the entire function of the rest of the flight plan until you click auto again.
Gotcha. So I would use this in the case where I know I'm gonna arrive at a waypoint and I don't want to go to the next one yet. I just want to keep going the present heading. I would turn it to inhibit in that case.
Exactly. Yep. That's exactly what you would do.
Cool.
All right. Looks like we got about 52 minutes there to Dulles. I did go ahead and engage vertical speed just because we were starting to really slow down on the climb. Of course, that's slowing down the aircraft some too, so I'm monitoring that. But we're almost up to flight level 410, so if you want to go ahead and start with the cruise checklist, we'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. All right. Cruise checklist. Throttles as required.
Check.
Pressurization check.
Pressurization check.
And ice protection systems as required.
Check.
So that's it. So what are you looking for the ice protection systems check? Are you just sub-zero temperatures?
Essentially, and also if you're going to be flying into any precip. So if you're flying into a cloud, for instance, a cloud is generally bad news when it comes to icing. Generally, if you're out of that moisture area, like a cloud or something, you don't necessarily need to run any of your icing systems. Like right now, I'm going to go ahead and turn off engine anti-ice. All right, I'll leave on wing just in case, but I'll turn off engine anti-ice, and I'll leave on pitot static heat just because of the temperature outside. Like the real air temperature right now is -30, so if we hit any precip, we're going to lose our indicated airspeed, and we don't want to do that.
Right.
As much as I like to break the speed tape, I still want to know how fast I'm going.
Sure. Now, what's the disadvantage to just keeping the anti-ice on all the time?
So that's the thing. So, generally you're going to see some sort of performance degradation, especially on the engines.
Oh, I see.
But, as far as the rest of it, it's just wearing out parts faster, right? So, like, your pitot heat might wear stuff a little bit faster. But aside from that, though, it's a wear and tear thing.
Gotcha, that makes sense. Cool.
Currently, it looks like we're burning about 514 pounds per side right now, so it's about right. But once we get here up to cruise speed, we'll go ahead and back off the throttles and see what we're burning then.
Ooh, how did you bring this menu up?
So you'll go ahead and you're going to click on System. Down by Checklist, you click Sys.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And that'll pull up your fuel menu to show you how much fuel you're burning per side.
Cool.
That'll also show you your elevator, aileron, rudder trims, all in there too.
Nice. And you just click Sys again to toggle through?
Exactly. That's exactly what you do.
Cool.
But now that we're at flight level 410, we're going to go ahead and turn off our seatbelt sign, our safety sign. Like we got a heck of a tailwind though. We're currently our true airspeed's at 422 knots and our ground speed's at 497, so we're hauling right now.
Nice.
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of that discontinuity right now.
Oh, sorry, you want me to?
Yeah, go ahead and get rid of the discontinuity.
Just the first one, correct?
Yeah, so the one after MGW, we'll get rid of that one.
Okay, getting rid of it. Okay, now I'm gonna hit execute.
Just check over for other discontinuities in here too.
Okay, we have one more after Mike J.
Okay, so do clear delete and put your press the button next to Vect.
Got it.
Execute.
Got it.
Excellent. There you go. It's perfect.
That's why I wasn't able to delete that last time I flew. I couldn't figure it out. It wouldn't let me delete it because I was clicking on the discontinuity, not the vect above it.
Right. All right, now what I'm going to do is go back, click previous real quick. All right, so you see how runway 01 is at 341 feet?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and set the altitude select right now to 300 feet. And the purpose of that is because we're going to turn on VNAV, and we're going to let the airplane mainly fly itself most of the way down. And we'll even possibly let the plane do its top of descent on its own, depending on if we get ATC or not. We may, like I said, cross back into like KZ, so we may get another center here in a moment, but right now we don't have one. So I'm going to go ahead and set the altitude for 340 feet, well, 300 feet. So that way, when we do engage VNAV for top of descent, the plane will automatically descend to our constraints.
Awesome. I've never successfully used VNAV, and I didn't really understand it. If you got a second, could you try toggling the mode on the primary flight display? Because everything's working except that for me.
Which mode? FMRT?
Just like, going between like terrain and weather, anything just like to alter that one.
See it changing?
No. So I only have like the numbers along the edge and the bottom, but nothing inside. But that could just be the fact that we aren't using a supported vehicle.
It very well could be, and you can of course try to see if you can toggle them on my side even.
Okay, I'm gonna try to toggle it. All right, I did terrain weather there. Anything?
Yeah, it changed on my side.
Okay, yeah, I don't see anything, so I'll let you go ahead and set it back to however you want it.
Okay, sounds good, no problem. Yeah, like I said, we'll probably be crossing back in through KZ airspace here in a minute. So once we cross into them, we'll have center again. We'll lose control with center, and then I'm pretty sure we'll have KZDC online before we get there. So, like I said, this is kind of like an ideal VatSim flight, at least with being able to talk to controllers and whatnot.
Nice.
I'm going to go ahead and transfer controls over to you just in case something happens. Let's see what happens when I do transfer them over, though. Make sure we don't lose autopilot, anything like that, because I'm going to go get a drink really quick. Hold on one moment.
Okay. Have you transferred it?
Not yet. That's the autopilot.
Okay, so just be aware that this is the moment where if there's something wrong, we could go into a nosedive, in which case you should immediately take control back over, okay?
Okay, I'll do that here in a second. Let's get lined up here on this waypoint first before we do it.
Okay, I am ready whenever you are.
And we'll make sure autopilot's synced up at that point too, but I'm pretty sure it should be. Do you see autopilot on?
Oh, you know what? I don't see any of that.
Well, here's what I want you to do. I want you to turn autopilot on and press nav.
Okay. Autopilot on now.
Autopilot. Yeah,
and nav.
Yeah, autopilot and nav. You got them both armed?
Yep, just did it both. I can't see that they're on because the display's not working, but I heard an autopilot call out. So, I guess that's meant to, I turned it off, yeah?
Okay, yeah, it had you turn it off. So it looks like we're synced up on that side. I'm just going to make sure it's not losing any settings here. It looks like altitude select on. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pass controls over to you. We'll see what happens. If you start to see any movement of the airplane, go ahead and pass controls back over to me.
Okay. Yeah.
Your controls.
I am turning left a little bit, but I'm not out of control.
Okay. Go ahead and give me 1 second here. Let me see what happens if I try to arm autopilot.
Autopilot.
Okay, I heard an autopilot call out.
Let go of the controls real quick. Let's see if it stabilizes itself.
Okay, hands off.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's stabilizing itself at all.
No.
Go ahead and give me controls back.
You have
I got
control?
Controls, right, thank you.
Autopilot.
Autopilot's rearmed.
Okay.
It's taking
Do you
back
want to try it
over.
one more time?
Okay, so my guess is there's something going on with the autopilot not syncing up directly. So this
Yeah.
is what I want you to try to do before we do a control transfer again. Click direct on the MCDU. Give me 1 second here. Let me verify where we're flying direct to. We're currently flying direct Gabe, which is
Ready for me to click
GAABE.
direct?
Not yet. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna look. I'm gonna click through the menu. Just give me 1 second.
Sure. Standing by.
Okay, yeah. So go ahead and click direct. Click Gabe. Click execute. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and transfer over controls to you. Let's see what happens with the aircraft again.
Okay. Okay, we're oscillating a little bit. Oscillating.
Your controls. Your controls.
Should I? Oh, okay. We're leveling off. I'm actually not correcting it. It just seems like it's. No.
It looks like autopilot's taking over. Are you controlling it or no?
No, I'm not. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is. I think it is in control. Right when you gave me controls, I oscillated pretty hard to the left there, but it came back and then corrected, and so I think we're okay. I'm stable on my end.
Make sure you increase your throttles right now because it looks like your throttle input's way down.
Yep. Sorry about that.
And go ahead and disengage autopilot, re-engage it. Make sure nav's armed.
Okay, I can't actually tell, but I'm going to disengage autopilot now.
Autopilot.
And re-engage.
Okay, make sure you select nav as well.
Nav selected.
It almost looks like it has control. Hit altitude, ALT.
Altitude selected. Yeah, I hear it. I hear the call out.
Okay, yeah, so that's what's going on. All right, do me a favor. On your side, increase the altitude to 41,000 feet.
So I can't see that part of the screen, so I'm not able to see our current altitude.
Okay, maybe I can do that really quick. Let me try that really quick and see what happens on my end.
Okay. And also, just so you know, since you're the host of the shared cockpit, you can take control back at any time. It doesn't work the other way, so I can't take it from you, but you're able to take it from me.
Altitude. Altitude.
All right, do me a favor, hit VS, and I want you to increase the VS. Make sure you also increase the hell throttles right now, because we are losing here bad.
Sorry, yeah, I can't see my current speed or like altitude or anything.
Uh-oh, okay, yeah. Go ahead and just full throttle it right now. Hammer it down, because we're about to stall.
Full throttle.
Full throttle.
Full. Sorry about that.
It's okay, no problem. Yeah, this is kind of interesting because it's still slowing down. I'm not exactly sure why.
Yeah, I went to external view and I see it's still slowing down as well. Would you want to switch back to your control?
It just took control. Give me 1 second here.
Okay, you have control. I'm still showing us struggling to
I am too, but right now we're also climbing at the same time, so I'm going to leave this. Let's see if we can get the altitude out of it and get airspeed reestablished, but you do not see anything at all on the PFD when it comes to indicated airspeed then?
That's correct. I can't see the heading. Oh, sorry, no. On that display, I can't see the altitude. Pretty much the top half of the screen I can't see.
Do me a favor, try this really quick, even though it might mess me up just slightly. Put avionics off and then turn them back on.
Okay. Gonna to off and then back on. Just one moment.
Yep.
Okay, here we go. Avionics
Autopilot.
off and on. I heard the autopilot call out.
Yep. Are your numbers showing up or no?
No, it's still blank.
All right, that's okay. We'll just
Everything else is okay though.
yeah, we'll just try to see if we can fly this in safely, and I could maybe call out speed for you and altitude as well.
Yeah, I'm Googling it. I'm trying to see if I can find a solution. But really quickly, can you just verify that both your engines look okay right now?
I have them both set off to takeoff power right now just to get up airspeed again, because right now we're almost stalled out. We're at 120 knots.
Okay, and your pressure looks fine.
Pressurization's good.
Okay, cool. It looks good on my side too. I just wanted to double check. And now that we're on Unicom, we just need to make call-outs like when we're coming in for the approach and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically. I mean, we'll also make out a call out. We'll also make out a call out for top of descent, at least saying that we're vacating flight level 410 for descent into Dulles. But aside from that, though, there's not going to be much. I mean, we will be crossing into KZID as long as they stay online, but that may not be here for another 15 minutes or so.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, I went ahead and I rearmed Nav too, so Nav's taking back over to get us back on the line. Yeah, remind me next time. We just need to do this in the A320.
Yeah, sorry. I'm looking into seeing if maybe selecting a different aircraft type would help, because I do think that Kinesto and I got this working, but I can't remember which one we used.
Gotcha. All right, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get something to drink here.
Okay.
And this, and funny enough, I actually had a drink already in my room. I just forgot I had it laying there.
Don't you love it when that happens?
It's perfect, I'm telling you. Yeah, so I'm just curious maybe. I mean, if you go outside the cockpit view, what's the indicated airspeed showing?
160.
Okay, so that's accurate. I'm wondering maybe if there's a desync that occurs with airspeed and you can't see the airspeed inside the aircraft, but maybe you'll be able to see it outside when you're under control. I guess we'll find out here on the descent even. But I'm going to go ahead and mark VNAV real quick so that we do have top of descent programmed to come down. But like I said, we'll be crossing into that KZ airspace here shortly, and then I'll have I'm going to go ahead and tune, see if you see this happen. I'm going to tune COM 1 for the standby frequency for what is that? Lexington Center, I believe. But I'll tune that really quick, see if we have that working. I believe it's Lexington Center. I'll find out here in a second. Give me a second. Yeah, Lexington. It'll be Lexington Approach. Where's Lexington Center? Looks like we don't have Lexington Center online. MSP 11 Center. Indianapolis Center, Chicago Center. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we may not even be dealing with them right now either, so I'm just going to program in the VNAV real quick just so that we have the top of descent mark.
Okay. And yeah, and when you did give me controls last, the primary flight display didn't change, so I do think that I probably won't be able to see that. And as far as support for CJ4 goes, all I can find are articles saying this is one of the CJ4 is one of the ones coming up soon, but not yet. No ETA.
And we'll make the best out of it that we can. I mean, you know, worst case scenario, if I have to land it, I have to land it. But aside from that, though, like I said, we'll see if maybe external cockpit view, if you actually see airspeed. I may have to manage throttles coming down, so that'll be interesting. But I think everything else is working.
Yeah, that will be interesting. I wonder if that will desync us, but we'll burn that bridge when we get to it.
Exactly. Welcome everybody to the stream. If you're just joining in with us, we're currently on a flight from Gary Chicago Airport on VatSim, doing a Slant LIMA in the Citation CJ4 down to Dulles International Airport in Virginia. We've got about another 39 minutes here on the flight. We're speeding back up a little bit. We're trying to see what happens when we pass off your controls to each other. Unfortunately, this aircraft is not 100% supported by your controls, so we are having issues right now with the aircraft. Right now we got 1480 in the first officer seat. We have me, Quasiguru, in the captain's seat. And we're currently just enjoying this flight here to Dulles, and hopefully everything else goes pretty smooth. I'm going to attempt to allow 1480 to land the plane. That's if we can try to figure out a way to make sure that he can see airspeed coming down. But currently we're having a safe, decent flight here to Dulles, and everything seems to be going well. I mean, we did have a little bit of a drop in airspeed. We did not have the plane roll over, so that's always a positive thing, but everything else seems to be going well. So hopefully we'll keep up that type of we'll keep up that type of attitude all the way there to Dulles, and hopefully we have no more issues. Okay, so that's the thing. So equipment codes when filing a flight plan. If you're using SimBrief, SimBrief should automatically fill it out for you. In vPilot, on the other hand, if I go and pull up the flight planning menu, if we go into vPilot, if you click flight plan, this is an old flight plan. This is before I was using SimBrief to file them, but you would put the equipment suffix up here. When you're looking at filing a flight plan here, though, let's see what we got here. We have transponder LB1. C. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure that LB1 for the transponder is Slant LIMA. I'm not 100% sure here, but I know on SimBrief automatically puts in the equipment code for filing. So you're good there. But yeah, the reason why this aircraft is Slant LIMA is because it's GNSS equipped. It's also able to fly into RVSM airspace. So that's, I believe, 28,000 to 45,000 feet, I believe. So that makes this aircraft Slant LIMA. Most of your standard aircraft, say like your basic Cessnas, any of your other GA planes, they're not going to be Slant LIMA. They're probably going to be Slant Golf, and that's because they're not designed for that type of altitude. Okay, so for standard GA, you're going to be looking at Slant Golf. So there'll be golf equipment codes. For the Airbus, you're going to be looking at Slant LIMA. For the Boeing 747, 737, you're going to be looking at Slant LIMA. But yeah, essentially your airport codes all come down to, your equipment codes, they all come down to what you're using for equipment. Here's a big, really complex one to explain what equipment codes are. That's not the one I prefer to use. Garmin, well, I believe FlightAware maybe is it? Yeah, FlightAware has an even better one. So this gives you a better layout for what equipment codes you should use for your aircraft. Failed transponder or failed MOCs /H. No GNS, no RNAV, but in the RVSM airspace, that's Slant Whiskey. Slant Zulu is RNAV, no GNSS. Slant LIMA, which we are, GNSS. So we're Slant LIMA in the RVSM airspace, and then just go on down the list. The biggest thing is trying to learn what your equipment code is. So understanding the difference between a plane that's GNSS, which can do RNAV, right? Because GNSS is global positioning, so GPS based, versus, other modes of operation. So there's a lot of things that you'll learn And that's just one of them. Now 14, we will be crossing into KZID probably, I'm guessing, within the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, maybe. We may be just outside of it, so we'll see what happens here, but we're going to be coming up to that top of descent probably within the next 75 miles. So when we get up to that top of descent, I'm going to have you call out Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for vacating flight level 410 for approach at Dulles, and you'll just say, and that's all you'll say.
Okay, cool. So when we get there, I'll say Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for approach at Dulles.
Exactly. That's what you're going to do. Perfect.
Sounds good. Yeah, I show about 60 miles to top of descent.
Yeah, it'll be about 60 miles or so.
Okay.
More like 90 miles, but yeah, we'll be good either way. Not exactly sure why he sounds so good, but you know, he's got that good mic money, right?
I don't know about that. This mic was about $15 on Amazon.
Well, this mic was with my headset, so you know.
Yeah, I guess that's definitely an upgrade.
Hopefully me taking screenshots didn't just desync us too much. Alright, Canesta, we'll see you here in a little bit. If you haven't already, folks, make sure you drop in the predict for the landing rate. Currently, we're trying to figure out if I'm going to be landing the plane or 14AD is going to be landing the plane because of issues that we're having here in issues that we're currently having with your controls. But hopefully, we'll be able to get that all sorted out, and we'll be able to make the descent here into Dulles safely. And hopefully, we won't have too many more issues here coming in here into Dulles. So. Yeah, it looks like 14. We're going to be just cutting it short of dealing with that airspace. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about tuning into another center. So for right now, we're just going to stay on Unicom, flying in, and then we may be dealing with a different approach area, probably KDCA, when we get close. But aside from that, it looks like we're going to be just sticking on Unicom for now.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello and welcome everybody that just joined in. We're currently on a VatSim flight. It's a tutorial flight with 14AD and Quasiguru. 14AD is currently our first officer. He's controlling the radios, as any first officer should, or whoever's not flying the plane controls the radios. And hopefully here on descent coming down into Dulles, we'll have 14AD take back over. Currently we're having an issue with your controls showing airspeed and altitude. on whoever's the client. So right now we're having issues with that, but do me a favor, make sure you drop in your predictions. Hopefully we don't hear YIPEEE being screamed over the radio. If we do, we will be going to a different airport, probably go fly over to our alternate of Pittsburgh. But right now we are currently en route to Dulles, and we're about a total of 25 minutes out from the airport. We'll be reaching top of descent here probably within the next 5 or 6 minutes or so. At that point, 1480 is going to call out Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for descent for approach for Dulles. And that's what he's going to do. So, folks, currently we have no VatSim coverage over here right now, and we'll probably maybe get some VatSim coverage with KDCA Center. But right now we do not have any other VatSim coverage, so hopefully we'll maybe be able to get a tower to help us land there over in Dulles. But welcome everybody to the stream. I'm glad you can be here. If you haven't already, make sure you click follow to make sure that you're notified anytime before we take off. Folks, today this is just a VatSim tutorial flight. We're trying to have a good time. Hopefully we'll have a smooth landing, and we'll see how the prediction goes as far as landing goes. But if you haven't already, drop in that exclamation mark predict with the descent rate, and hopefully we'll have a smooth landing, whether it's 1480 or I landing the aircraft. Thank you so much, 1480, for your prediction. I see you're predicting minus 350. I think you should give yourself some better credit. I think you can butter the landing. I really do. That's the thing, Canesta. We're not 100% sure yet. We did pass off controls mid-air, and we had an issue with throttle slowing down the airplane and him having no throttle control all of a sudden. So we were having some really bizarre issues occurring 14. So we're trying to figure out what we're going to do on descent. I'm going to hand controls over to him, and what I think we're going to do is I want to make sure that he actually can see our airspeed. If he can see our airspeed, then at that point, I'm pretty sure he'll be the one landing the plane. And if he can see the airspeed and he has no throttle control, then I will be controlling the throttles while he tries to land. So it'll be a very interesting landing. Someone needs to jump in here with a raid right now, because this is going to be one of those things where it may become comical at best at times. So hopefully we still have a safe landing, and hopefully nothing goes wrong, because I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen on this stream, folks. I'm really not. I don't know how things are going to go. I'm really hoping everything goes smooth, but we'll see what happens here. Yeah, so that's the thing. I didn't have him check outside to see if he could see airspeed, so I'm not 100% sure what the problem is there. But we'll find out here soon enough. Just to make sure that everything's going right. But hopefully everything will go right and we won't have too many issues. I know he didn't have any throttle control, it seemed like, when we were initially dealing with stuff. But currently, though, folks, I do have VNAV armed. So once we reach top of descent, this plane will start to descend. I currently have our altitude set for 300 feet. The runway's at 340 feet. If someone can do me a favor really quick, drop in the METAR at KIAD, that's Dulles International in Virginia. We need to make sure we have the METAR on board so that we can go ahead and get configured for landing, and so that we can go ahead and make sure we know what the barometric pressure is too, or at least get a close idea what barometric pressure is. Alright, so it looks like the altimeter is going to be 3013. Hey Dejesto, welcome! Welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, make sure you click that follow button so you're notified before we depart. Currently we're on a VatSim tutorial. We got 14AD flying as first officer. He is currently controlling radios. I've got current control of the airplane. Hopefully 14AD will be able to land the airplane. We're currently having some sync issues with the CJ4. It's currently not supported, so I think it's pretty well understood that, you know, the unsupported airplanes, we're probably going to have some issues here and there. But, you know, we're giving it a shot. We're going to see what's going to happen. You know what, Canesta? We probably will. Seeing that we've got some other airports online over by where we're going to be landing, we could maybe start to do some better controlled tower airport stuff. We can maybe fly some circuits, stuff like that. And that'll give you a lot of good practice with ATC. So, Canesta, I know if you're going to do that, though, you may want to go GA just so you're not so you're not blowing by them and asking for a 747 approach. I mean, I know you don't need it. I know you can do a pretty short approach. So either way, though, folks, I'm glad to see you in here. Detresto, thank you. Welcome to the stream. Like I said, if you haven't already followed yet, make sure you drop that follow so you can be notified before we depart. But yeah, we'll be reaching top of descent here probably within about the next 25 miles or so. And then at that point, we'll be descending towards Dulles International in Virginia. So once again, as long as we don't have Bruce Willis start screaming Yippee-ki-yay, we will safely descend into Dulles International Airport. Of course, the comics come from when we have problems with your controls. So, of course, that could very well happen. Canesto, if you get a chance, make sure you clip some of that if we start to roll out of control like, 1480 and you did, and same thing with Mr. Pilot and Slayer T. So, but I'm glad to have you guys in here in the stream right now, and hopefully we have a safe rest of the flight coming here into Dulles. All right, 14, if you want to, let's go ahead and start getting some configuration performance data entered in to the MCDU.
Okay.
So go ahead and start entering the METAR information that we got. So we got winds 320 at 11, and it looks like we've got temperature at 2 degrees. Altimeter is going to be 3013 coming in for a landing there at Dulles.
Got it. Winds 200 at 5, right? Oh, I see it here. I got it.
32011. Yeah, Canesto, so earlier, when I gave him controls, it didn't death spin, but we had a sudden input change to the left.
Okay, winds 320 at 11 and temp at 2.
It's 32011, temp 2, and then QNH is going to be 3013.
3013?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think I got it.
Sounds good. All right, I'm going to go ahead and set the middle screen to 3013. It looks like we've reached top of descent. We're starting to... Nope, we're not top of descent yet. We're almost there. So we'll see that pop up here in a second. On the right side of the PFD here, you're going to see all of a sudden by the altitude, you're going to see this little star appear, and it's going to start to descend. Once it reaches the middle of the VS speed, you're actually going to start to see a capture occur. So the VNAV will capture the altitude, and we will start to descend then down into Dulles here. So 1480, be prepared for coming out to let everybody know that we're going to start our descent. So it'll be Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for descent into Dulles.
Cool. Yeah, I got it. Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for approach into Dulles. Yeah.
That'll be it. So yeah, go ahead and do that now because we're almost at top of descent.
Okay. Wait, what do I start it with? Just the call sign?
Yep. So you're gonna say Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for descent into Dulles.
Got it.
Citation 73 Hotel Papa, vacating flight level 410 for descent into Dulles.
Very good. That was perfect. That was wonderful. So you did that just right. Currently, we've got our VPath captured, so we are descending right now via VNAV into Dulles. Our next constraint is 3,000 feet. So we'll eventually see that, but right now, currently, we're just descending into Dulles.
Very good.
All right, I'm going to set that little middle display to the altimeter there for Dulles, but before I do that, though, let's verify the flight simulator. The flight simulator QNH real quick, just to make sure we have that down. so that our altitude level will match whatever ATC will see if they do come online.
Okay.
So I'm going to pull up the chart for Dulles. So I'll pull up KIAD, and we're going to look for the ATIS at KIAD.
Okay.
So it looks like the ATIS at KID is 134.85. So go ahead and tune that into COM2 so we can monitor the frequency.
Got it, 134.85.
Into COM2.
COM2. Okay. I have a message that says check altitude selector on the FMC.
Yeah, it's all good on my side.
Okay. Okay, 134.85 into COM2.
All right, I don't see it yet, so we're going to descend, and here in a little bit we should be able to start seeing the ATIS pop up here within the simulator here on the stream. I'm going to go ahead and switch scenes back to the FS 2020 scene. And I've got it set to the COM2 tab, so we'll be able to monitor the ATIS once it pops up.
So VNAV is automatically descending us right now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, VNAV is taking us down to, I believe, the next constraint's 3,000 feet. I don't know if the issue right now with VNAV is happening maybe because of... I think we're having a slight issue with VNAV because generally it'll show the top right of the PFD above the altitude is going to show the constraint number. So the next constraint number should be 3,000 feet if I'm right. So if we go down to legs... we can actually see that. If you go to legs and we'll click next on the page, so at Mosby we need to be at 3,000 feet. More than likely that Mosby will pop in when we're direct to Mosby, but since we're not direct to Mosby yet, it's not popping in.
Gotcha.
But currently we're 13 minutes out. We're descending at a rate of about 2,000 feet a minute. Is about appropriate. And right now, of course, we're experiencing some turbulence. So, you know, of course, on the descent, we've got seatbelts on anyway. We'll go ahead and do a really quick passenger briefing, make sure that they're aware of what's going on with the turbulence at least. And it looks like we actually do have COM2 showing up if you look at the stream there. We got temperature at -4, dew point at 10. Temperature is going to be 3016, so that's what we're going to use here once we get past 18,000 feet, so 3016. So 14, if you'd like to, make sure you enter in the new performance numbers for the approach. So altimeter 3016, lane departing 1 left, 1 right, so we're good there. All aircraft back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact that you have information... Charlie. All right, we'll go and put away the passenger briefing for now. 14, got any questions? How you doing?
Doing all right.
All right. You staying hydrated?
I'm trying.
Okay, stay hydrated because I don't know how this landing is going to go.
Oh boy.
I hope we're going to make it out of this, okay? If we don't, folks, 1480 and I would like to thank you for getting us to affiliate. This could be potentially the last flight we ever have, guys. So hopefully we both make it out of this. If we don't make it out of this, Mr. Pilot 222, Slayer T, Canesto, we're leaving everything in our wills to you guys. So thank you guys for getting us where we're at today, and hopefully we make it through this coming down on this landing.
Amen.
Amen. Nesto's predicting minus 169 for the landing rate, so I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Like I said, I mean, we're not exactly sure who's going to be landing the plane yet. I think a lot of that's going to depend on how the airplane's going to react here in final. 14, I'm thinking what I'm going to do is when we're about maybe 10 miles out or so, I'll go ahead and give you your controls. And we'll see what happens there, 14. I'm not exactly sure, but hopefully everything goes smooth. Thanks to Dresto for the prediction there. Hopefully we'll have it good. Make sure you add a minus 100 in front of that because a positive 100 might mean we're taking off. You're totally fine. No problem to Dresto. Did you send that performance data to the computer?
Oh, I didn't send it. Sorry, I'll send it right now.
Hey, no problem. Let's go and get that done really quick.
Okay, anti-ice on or off?
Anti-ice will be on coming down.
Okay, turning anti-ice on.
Okay, so that is something that's actually broken. I forgot about that in working title mod. So just click send.
Okay, sending. And we got VREF 116, V approach 124.
Okay, that's interesting because on my side it's showing V approach 117 and VREF at 110.
Okay, let me check that our values are showing up on the previous page. One moment. Okay, you're showing winds 320 at 11, temperature at positive 2.
Temperature positive 2, winds 320 at 11, QNH at 3016.
Yep, and runway 01 right. Yeah, I think, I don't know why we have a different.
Might be a desync with fuel possibly, but click next again, let's see what happens.
Oh, you know what? I might have unlimited fuel on right now. I think I might.
Oh, okay, that could definitely be it.
My bad. Sorry about that.
Oh, no, you're totally fine. Yeah, unless you're Mr. P at frickin' Paro. -4. 14, did you see that clip from Mr. P? He did a -4 at Paro.
No way. Did he really?
Yeah, he did a -4 at Paro. I'm pretty sure he's cheating. I really am. You know, I mean, we both know Canesto's already cheating using a mouse and keyboard. Well, mouse and a keyboard, right? But Mr. Pilot's gotta be cheating to get those kind of numbers. He's gotta be. I just want.
Have you seen the sensitivity, like the sensitivity setup that he has for his joystick? It's crazy looking. It's not like an S curve. It's like a hieroglyphic.
You know, I haven't yet, and I really want to see it. But like, he's got me a little bit thrown off with some of his setup. Like, I'm definitely impressed with what he's done. But it's like, you know, his setup's just insane. It really is. I mean, you know, and of course he's lucky enough to, you know, been able to come across getting a Airbus side stick officer TCA officer pack. I mean, you know, I can't even get one of those right now. No matter where I go, they're all going to be way overpriced. They're all going to be at scalper pricing, and here he is just able to get them. Must have to be has something to do with being in Australia. I don't know.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Yeah, it looks like right now we're actually going to be flying into Dulles with absolutely no VatSim coverage. So maybe at this point, after we're done landing here at Dulles, we can go somewhere else, maybe to a controlled tower and bug the heck out of them for a bit. Maybe do some GA pattern work, because if you do GA pattern work, that definitely helps you with getting some sort of VatSim knowledge too. Yeah, Dejastro, if you want to, you can make a new prediction. Feel free. You should be able to just drop down ! predict, and then space minus 100 if you want to do it that way. It should go ahead and give it to you. But I haven't seen that drop in the chat yet. All right, do you actually see the flight line there on the middle computers though, and the ILS lock coming in yet?
Yes, I do. I do see the magenta and the teal.
Okay, now on your PFD, do you see the pink or reddish 3000 altitude indicator?
No, I don't. I don't have anything on the top half, and then I don't have the radar at the bottom.
Dejastro, maybe try to do a ! predict minus 99 instead, just to make it a different number. Maybe that'll work. I'm actually keeping airspeed relatively low right now too while we're coming down, so hopefully, like I said, you'll be able to fly the rest of the approach, or at least once we're lined up on the ILS, hopefully you'll be able to make that landing. But I'll have you call out here in a little bit once we're lined up with the runway, how many miles we're out. So it'll be Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, on final for runway 01 right, Dulles. And it will actually be on final for runway 01 right, or actually, no, let me take that back. Citation 73 Hotel Papa, Dulles traffic. No, Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, 8 mile final, runway 01 right, Dulles.
Okay, so it'll be Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, 8 mile final for runway 01 right?
That's right. That's exactly how it'll be set.
Got it.
Yeah, I was just confirming the runway number as we're descending here. Looks like we're currently in the clouds coming down.
Yeah, I can't see a thing.
Checking the METAR again here. Let's go ahead and get synced up here for our barometer setting. So 3016, was that the correct barometer setting, right?
Yes, 3016, that's correct. Do you want me to change it?
Yep, change yours as well. We'll do 3016.
Okay, I think that one is synced, so I'll do it, okay? Oh, I see you doing it right now.
And the one on the PFD showing 3016 as well, right below the altitude, right? Or do you not see that one?
No, it shows 0. That I just get like null values for all those.
So that's just another broken area then too. Okay, so we'll just keep that in mind coming down. All right, since we're at the airspeed for it, I'm going to go ahead and deploy flaps 15.
Okay, I have a short descent checklist if you'd like, only 4 things.
Let's go ahead and do the short descent checklist.
Okay, pressurization, verify.
Pressurization check.
Ice protection systems is required.
Wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice pitot, check.
Altimeter set cross check.
3016, 3016, 3016.
3016 check. and then exterior lights as required.
Beacon, nav, strobe, logo. Let's go ahead and turn on the landing lights.
Yep, I show that. Check. Okay, that's the end of the descent checklist. The approach checklist is 13 things long, just a heads up.
Let's go ahead and get started on that too. I'm going to go ahead and arm approach as well since we're coming into the approach now.
Okay, let's do the approach checklist. Landing data confirm.
Landing data confirmed. Gibbs 4 stars. ILS 1 right.
Crew briefing.
Crew briefing check.
Avionics check.
Avionics are good.
Minimums set.
Minimums are not set. I don't have the minimums for this airport.
Okay. Exterior lights set as required.
Exterior lights set as required.
Flaps 15.
Flaps 15.
Passenger briefing.
Passenger briefing check.
Passenger lights on.
Passenger lights are on.
And pressurization less than 0.5 psi before landing, and then we're done.
And we'll be on short final here shortly.
Okay.
That is the one benefit of having these airplanes fly the approach, especially when you're in a cloudy area at least. The autopilot can take over and at least give you some reassurance that you're coming down safely. But the best thing to do is remember that spatial disorientation can happen to any pilot. So the biggest thing is keeping an eye on keeping an eye to make sure that you're not flying upside down. Watching your instruments, especially when you're coming down in IFR conditions, is substantial. A lot of pilots start to focus on looking out visually, and that is what causes spins. That's what causes pilots to die. So let's make sure that we just pay attention to our instruments coming down until we get visual of the runway. At that point then, I'm going to pass over controls to you once we're probably at about 3,000 feet, and I'm going to let you try to bring this in for a landing. If at any point we do have issues on the landing and you do not have good control over the aircraft, please pass controls back to me, and we will go ahead and make touchdown. Here, once we're on about an 8-mile short final, I'll let you know when to call it out, but at that point you're going to call out Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, 8-mile final, runway 01 right, Dulles.
Yep, got it. Once we're at about 8 miles, I'll say Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, 8-mile final for runway 01 right.
Absolutely, that sounds good. Okay, so it looks like crew briefing's good. It looks like we've also given our landing briefing to our passengers. So hopefully we have a safe flight coming down, guys. Let's make sure, if you haven't already, drop that predict into the chat. I know we got Dedrasto that dropped in a -99. We have Canesto that I believe dropped in a -169. I think I dropped in a -151 or 161. Like I said, folks, we don't know who's landing the aircraft yet. It's either going to be 14 AD or it's going to be me, but we're going to try to get 14 control to land the aircraft. I'm going to go ahead and take over radio comms, if in fact it will let me give them control. Actually, for that matter of the fact, I'll try to go ahead and give out the radio comms then 14 for our final, as well as exiting, as long as you have good control over the aircraft. If not, we'll go back to using you for radio comms, so I will call out the final.
Sounds great. And also, in an emergency, you're able to take control back through the shared, through your controls window, if need be.
Yeah, I did see that, so we're good there.
Okay, cool. Just want to make you aware.
Fully appreciate that. All right, folks, I'm going to start to slow down the aircraft a little bit since we're on approach here at Dulles. We're about 5 minutes away from landing at Dulles. So, folks, hopefully we have a safe landing here at Dulles. Hopefully nothing else goes wrong. But yeah, we are currently 17 nautical miles out from Dulles. I will call out the 8-mile final. I will be giving control over to 14 AD, and hopefully we have a safe, successful landing. If not, I'll be taking control back over, and we'll make that landing, then 14 AD will call clear when we're clear of the runway. Yeah, Canesto, you know, it might be better to hold on for dear life anyway. Let's be honest, it is 14 AD flying, right? So you never know what could happen. No, but to be fair though, guys, 14 AD, if you haven't already, go check him out. He's a wonderful Citation CJ4 pilot. He's been learning a lot from me. He's been learning a lot from Slayer T. Here's the thing, folks. One of the things you got to remember is the Flight Sim community is one of the best communities on Twitch. We all want to learn from each other. We all want to have fun and just enjoy each other's company. That's the reason why we do what we do. We don't do it just because we're affiliates. We don't do it just because people are partners, right? We do it because we love what we do. So thank you, everyone, for joining in tonight. Like I said, I'll be giving control over to 14 AD here in a little bit for him to come in for the landing. Hopefully everything's smooth and successful, but right now it looks like we still haven't necessarily completely broken the clouds. I'm going to take a look out visually to make sure everything's good. And once again, thank you guys for flying with Quasiguru Air. Yeah, his name is 14. He likes to rap and fly a Cessna that will not give you a citation anytime soon. Go check him out, twitch.tv 14AD. It looks like we got some rain or snow here, 14, coming down.
Yeah, I see that. Are you showing airspeed around 202, 200, altitude 3,180 approximately right now?
That's about right, yeah. We should be descending a little bit more here shortly. We're almost at top of descent again, I believe, for coming down into the airport.
Okay, that shows the same on mine. Do you have, or what's your engine throttle at approximately?
Currently, I'm at about probably less than half.
Okay, that's the only thing that's not the same. It's kind of flicking over.
Gotcha. All right, it looks like we have locked onto the localizer. We have approach mode armed, so the aircraft should start to descend on its own. Once we reach about 1,900 feet, I'm going to have 14 AD take over, and hopefully we'll be able to come see this airport come into sight. 14, you cannot see the ILS localizer at all, though, on the screen?
No, I can't.
Okay, well, hopefully we'll be able to see it soon. So I'm going to go and back off the throttles to idle for now. And I'm just going to start slowing us down significantly then, just so hopefully we can get this airport in sight. Hopefully approach is going to automatically grab without an issue. Looks like we are at top of descent for approach, so approach has taken over control for descent. And hopefully we can make this a successful landing. I'm going to go ahead and deploy flaps 35.
Landing gear.
I'm going to go ahead and put the landing gear out. Do you see landing gear out, flaps 35?
Yes, landing gear down, flaps 3-5 on my side.
Excellent. I'm going to start giving a little bit more throttle input now to get to our approach speed. Currently, we're descending to 1,900 feet per the ILS approach. We are currently locked onto the localizer, maybe flying a little bit off to the left. So keep an eye when we're coming down here. Hopefully, we'll be breaking clouds here shortly.
Okay.
You know, folks, this almost eerily looks like the weather that they were experiencing in the movie Die Hard 2. So, really hoping I don't hear that same creepy voice I heard in Die Hard 2 tell us to make in, and then the runway lights just randomly come on. That could be bad, guys. That could be bad. It could be really bad. It still looks like we've got still got approach lock. I don't see runway lock yet, so I'm gonna let this plane still fly itself here for a little bit, but I'm gonna go and do the ATC call out real quick, and then I'm gonna give you your controls, okay?
Okay.
Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa on 7 Mile final for runway 1 right, Dulles. Try that again, it didn't go through. Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa on 7 Mile final for runway 1 right, Dulles.
Yeah, I just want to tell you guys, you got this.
Oh yeah, I think we do too, and I'm hoping we have good control coming down too. It looks like we do have we're starting to see a little bit ahead of us, so hopefully here in a second, I'll be able to pass over controls to 14. I want us to get runway in sight though first, since we were having issues with throttle control. I hope you're okay with that, 14. Yep, we got runway in sight. You got runway in sight?
I have runway in sight.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this. We're going to pass over controls to you. It looks like runway's coming into sight quick. I'm going to let you try to take over. If I need to, I will take over myself.
Okay, right before you do that, can you verify approximately what your throttle's at?
Throttle's about a quarter way up, maybe halfway up.
Okay, sounds good. I'm ready.
You have controls.
I have control.
Autopilot off.
Autopilot off. Okay, looks okay.
Altitude.
All right, go ahead and get that speed slow down. We want to be at about 120 knots if you can.
Hold on, I don't.
I have throttle control. I have the throttle control. All right.
My my controls aren't working. Giving control back to you.
You don't have control at all?
No, I don't seem to have any control.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go. I'll bring it in then. All right, folks, let's see if we can make this a buttery smooth landing coming into Dulles. And then once we make this landing here, 14, don't forget, once we exit runway, we're going to say Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, clear runway 1 right, and generally you would give out the taxiway we're at, but since we don't have Navigraph up or anything, I'm not going to worry about that right now. All right, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take off autopilot. I have control.
You have control.
I'm on the glide slope. Little low.
Looking good.
A little bit more speed here. High. But you know what? We pay for the whole runway. We're going to use that whole runway, right, Canesto?
Yes, ma'am.
Nice. Looking really good.
Going to idle.
Wow.
And we are down, folks. We are down.
Well done. Okay, after landing, checklist, speed brakes 0%.
Speed brakes 0%.
Flaps off, or flap 0.
Flap 0.
Pitot static heat off.
Go ahead and do that for me if you can.
I got that. Yeah, I got that one. Check. Okay. And exterior lights as required. How would you like them?
Let's go ahead and go from landing lights to taxi, please.
Okay, landing lights off, taxi lights on. Okay, we're good. I'm going to go ahead and do the call out, okay?
So the call out's going to be Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, clear runway 01 right at Kilo 2, Dulles.
I lost that last part. Clear runway 01 right, and then what?
At Kilo 2, Dulles.
At Kilo 2, Dulles. Okay. Here we go.
Here we go.
Dulles traffic, citation 73 Hotel Papa, clear of runway 01 right, Kilo 2, Dulles.
Dang, sorry. Messed that one up a bit.
You know what? Here's the thing. This is what you got to remember, right? Even though you may have to key up a little bit longer, you got everything out that you needed to say and you did it right. So that's wonderful. You did a really good job there. 500 character limit on what was that, Canesto? Can't believe I actually put it down that smooth. I generally don't put this thing down that smooth, but I did.
Beautiful.
I did use the entire runway basically. But folks, we have made it officially to Dulles International Airport in Virginia. Of course, we had some issues with your controls, but that's almost to be expected as the CJ4 is not a supported aircraft yet. But when I tried to give controls over to 14 on landing, for some odd reason, the aircraft just did not want to respond. So now we have full controls back. I landed the plane. We put it down at 85 feet per minute. So it looks like the Destro won the landing challenge here. So wonderful, Destro. I'm glad you did a great job there. Destro, if you haven't yet, make sure you click follow channel so that way you're notified before we take off. And that way you can see our flights as we go. Folks, since we still got a little bit of time here, I just want to say this. I was planning on going till about 8 Central tonight, so it'll be about another 15 or 16 minutes. I know our setup took a while. I do apologize for that, but since we're doing your controls with VatSim with 2 different pilots, we want to make sure that everything goes smooth. With that being said, I want to thank everyone for joining me tonight. I also want to see if anyone would be interested in maybe doing a little bit more VatSim tutorial stuff. I'm looking for another tower that might be logged in right now. Looks like we got Lexington and ATIS. I'm looking for some towers here that we can maybe go to, maybe do some GA flights out. Of course, that's totally up to you, 14, if you want to keep going or not. What do you want to do?
Yeah, let me check with the wife real quick, see what's up with that. I'll be right back.
All right, let me know shortly. And what we might do is we may just go over to, I believe we got Milwaukee, Round and ATIS. Okay, I'm looking for a tower online right now. St. Louis has a tower online. Harrisburg has a tower online. Maybe we can go bug Harrisburg for a little bit so we can fly around Harrisburg, do some traffic patterns along Harrisburg, and that way you guys can get a little bit more familiar with dealing with ATC, out of controlled airspace. But we do have Harrisburg Tower. We will not go to JFK and do patterns there. I'm pretty sure they'd be pretty upset if we do that. But JFK is also online. We also have Montreal Trudeau online. Oh! Toronto's online right now. And it looks like we have Detroit online as well. And I think Detroit's only going to be going for about the next 15 minutes or so. Folks, if you haven't yet already, let me see if I can find her really quick, but the Detroit controller right now looks like it is Katie Wilson. I believe Katie Wilson streams here on Twitch, and right now she should be streaming as well. So if you guys want to, make sure you drop a follow on her channel as well. We definitely want to make sure we support the VatSim controllers, not just the VatSim pilots out there, because the VatSim controllers have a pretty hard job to do as well. Right now, let me see if I can pull her up here. Yeah, so that's Meritus, okay? So I'm going to do twitch.tv/Meritus, so go make sure you follow her as well. Yeah, she's amazing. She really is. She has a lot of fun doing this, too. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to pull up her stream. I'm going to see if she's going to be going much longer than 8 tonight. I know that's when she generally stops, but let's see if she's willing to hang in a little bit longer for some traffic work.
Hey, Quasi, I'm back.
Hey, 14. What? So what's the wife say?
Looks like I need to sign off just for a little bit. Gotta feed some pets and whatnot. So I'll probably need to sign off for about 10 or 15 or so.
Oh, that's totally... Oh, it's looking fine. It's looking great. I'll go ahead and I'll drop your controls then for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and disconnect from VatSim, and we may go ahead and head over to Detroit. I don't know how long Meritus is going to be online right now, but if she's online very, very much longer, we'll go ahead and do some traffic work there with her.
Okay. I will talk to you in just a bit.
All right, excellent. I'll see you soon.
Yep.
I'm so happy. Cutie. Anyway, that's what's going on. You always hated the 3D thing. I can give you a 2D if you really want to see a 2D. Am I going to be on much longer? No, I generally stop in an hour and 15 minutes, Quasi. I usually stop at 10 p.m. Eastern. It's almost 9 p.m. 6 kids, you've seen enough. There you go. There you go. I'm the oldest of 6. Yep, I'll be on another hour. So if you want to come...
All right, guys, so what we're going to do is now, we have Meritus online over in Detroit, so we're going to head over to her channel. We're not going to head over to her channel, but we're going to head over to Detroit and join her. And we may be able to do some stuff around there too.
A little bit longer to stop. Anyway, any of those spots, all yours.
All right, Roger. Thank you for all that. Hope you don't just good.
Oh, absolutely. It's a slow night here in Metro. I was glad to take care of you. Yeah, absolutely, Quasi. Hop in for some patterns. Northwest 7 Lima Kilo, winds are 240 at 10, altimeter 3021. Make left closed pattern on 21 left and call your downwind. Runway 21 right at Papa 5, clear for takeoff. Actives are the 2s and 2 1s.
there, but I got all of that. So left hand traffic pattern off 21 right via Papa 5, clear for takeoff. 21 right.
Great, so folks, we're going to head over to KDTW over in Detroit, and we're going to join Merides here. So twitch.tv/Merides, MERIDES. Make sure, like I said, you go over there, drop her a follow, because she's definitely going to probably maybe get annoyed with us here in a bit, but we're going to go do some traffic work with her too then. I'm going to go to ramp 192 for parking.
Do not care which one.
And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get into a GA plane to try to not drive her too nuts, right? So let's go ahead. I'm going to do one of my favorite GA planes. I'm going to get into the TBM 930.
Pattern guy that is not Quasi. Excellent. I like having a bunch of pattern guys. Gives me stuff to do. And then we've got that arrival. Oh, it finally took off. Yay!
7 Lima Kilo, just before we depart, can you get a weather check?
Yes, winds 240 at 10, altimeter 3021. Visibility 5 statute miles, light snow, few clouds at 030, overcast at 055. Excellent, glad to hear. Glad to hear that the stream working, Quasi.
So we're going over to KDTW. I'm going to be on USA East, but that doesn't really matter because we keep traffic off for VatSim. But go to USA East, keep traffic and multiplayer off. I'm going over, I think, ramp 192 if I saw right. I'm going to get into the TBM 930, and we're going to do some closed traffic here on 21 left. So this is a good time, Canesto, if you're able to hop in to learn VatSim, and especially with a nice controller. Like, she's not mean.
You're new, and you want to come and fly patterns too? Sure, do it. It's going to be a rough day to fly patterns in Metro, but it'll be fun. You're welcome to try. Come on in, Canesto. Jump in a plane. I will be on for another hour. We will control all the pattern planes. No problem. An IFR VatSim tutorial for a friend on stream. That's fun. That's a lot of fun.
All right, folks, we're going to get started up here again. If you'd like to jump into KDTW, make sure you have multiplayer off, make sure VPilot's on and connected. So that way the controller will be able to see. We're going to go ahead and fly closed traffic here. Let's see here real quick. Let's make sure we get into TBM here. TBM 930.
Awesome. That's, Quasi, that's completely awesome. Let's make it happen.
We got KDTW ATIS, and we should have tower here in a second once it detects it. So let's go ahead and get started here. We're going to put Merides on mute. All right, let's go ahead and get this plane started up. So we're going to move the crash bar up. We'll move battery to 1. We're going to set generator to 1. Generator to main. And then we're going to go over here, turn on autopilot trim. Turn the aux pump to on, and we're going to set fuel tank selection to auto. We'll go ahead and do engine starter to on, turn our nav and strobe lights, turn on dimmer, cabin, access light for now. Alright, we got the engine spinning up here. And folks, this is working title mod for the Garmin G3000. So, you know, if you're interested in more mods to make these airplanes a little bit more accurate, if I were you, hop on in, try to use these mods, see how you like them, folks. It's all a good time. It really is. We now have, looks like we have N2 rotation, so we're going to go ahead and move the throttle up to low idle. until we get start. So we're waiting for the ITT and the NG to rise. We're waiting for the NG to come into the green before we go to high idle. All right, we got NG up. We got ITT coming up. So we're going to go into high idle, make sure everything's still running. Engine's not shutting down. Torque's coming up. We're going to go ahead and move over from high idle to normal idle mode. All right, we're up, it looks like, folks. We are running. All right, let's make sure all of our lights are correctly set. I'm going to turn on taxi lights here. We have nav on, strobe on, cabin and access lights on here in the TBM 930. Yeah, but Canesto, if I were you, come on in here, join us. This is one of those opportunities you're going to have, that you're going to have a nice VatSim controller to talk to that's going to be great to you. So definitely come in here, join us.
Oh yeah, also I DM'd you a question. Could you answer?
Sure can. Give me 1 second here. Okay, so give me 1 second here. Canesto, I'll answer it here on the DM. But yeah, when you set that a call sign there, what you're going to do is, the thing is when you set call signs and stuff like that, when you're wanting to do VFR, you don't have to tell them you're doing VFR, because all we're going to do is traffic patterns today. So what you're going to do is you're going to listen to the ATIS first. So you're going to tune the ATIS here at Detroit. Make sure you copy down that information. You're going to get the letter code for the ATIS. Make sure you have that with you. And what you're going to do then is you'll call out to her, because I think she's the only one covering Detroit right now. Let me verify just to make sure we have nobody else in Detroit. Got Detroit, yeah, so we have Detroit Tower. So basically, that's all we have. There's no Detroit ground or clearance delivery. So we're going to be staying on with her the whole entire time flying these patterns, because we're staying within the tower's traffic. So what you're going to do is tune into 133675 first. We're going to listen to that. Make sure you get the ATIS from 133675. Then you're going to tune into 135000. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say Detroit Tower, November 73 Hotel Papa, looking to fly closed traffic. And that's basically what I'm going to leave it at. And then she's going to come back and say November 73 Hotel Papa. She'll probably say welcome to Detroit. Taxi, are you ready for taxi? Or she's going to say taxi to runway 21 left via whatever taxiways, right? And I'll repeat the same thing back to her. So if she says, taxi to runway 21 left or 21 right or 21 center, I'm going to say taxi to runway 21 left via Alpha, Bravo, whatever it's going to be, right? And read back, hold short instructions, right? So, but basically when I call out to her, I'm going to say, I could say TBM 73 Hotel Papa, because it's my airplane type. So I could say TBM 73 Hotel Papa, Detroit Tower, TBM 73 Hotel Papa, looking to fly closed traffic, have information Charlie on board. And she's going to come back and she's going to tell me generally how to taxi the runway. I'll repeat those instructions to her, to that runway number, and basically just follow the instructions she gives you.
Oh, okay. So I don't need to file anything. I just need to tell her we're going to be flying close traffic.
Exactly. That's all you got to do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty laggy right now, so I'm just going to actually mess with my graphics. Just
Bravo 00530.
Totally fine.
1240 at 10. Visibility 5. Light snow. Few clouds at 3000. Ceiling 5500 overcast. Temperature -5. Dew point -9er. Altimeter 3021. Simultaneous ILS-Z runway 22 right and ILS runway 21 left approach is in use. Departing runway 21 right, runway 22 left. North is to airmen. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Read Echo runway hold short instruction. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact. You have information Bravo.
All right, folks, so we have information Bravo for this flight, so I'll be
Detroit
calling out here to her
Metropolitan
shortly.
County Airport
Now, something you want to
information
keep in mind is
Bravo
anytime you fly traffic
020
at an airport, generally traffic patterns are 1,000 feet above ground level. Okay, so right now at our current altimeter setting at 3021, we're at 640 feet, 642 feet, right? So we're going to go up to 1,640 feet. That's going to be our traffic pattern altitude.
All right, and when you take off, you just you make. How do you fly this pattern? I know how to fly a pattern, just how are you gonna fly it? Like.
Okay, so basically a pattern is a big. How should I put it? Do you know what Indianapolis Raceway looks like? The Brickyard.
Yes.
Okay, so it's a big, essentially like ovalish square rectangle, right? So that's the same thing you do. Now the thing is there's really no correct way to do it. And the reason why I say there's no correct way to do it is because initially what you're doing on your turns is you're doing a 45 out. So when you take off, you're going to get past the runway, you'll do a 45 out. You do another 45, so you're at 90. Then you're going to do another 45 and another 45, so you're at 180 total. And you're going to fly the downwind leg. Then after the downwind leg, you're going to turn base, which is a 45-degree turn. And then you're going to do another 45-degree turn, so you get straight again. And then you're going to turn final at 45, and then the rest of your final at 45 to get on final for landing. It's not too difficult. It's basically just a big raceway when you think about it. You're flying this big raceway around the airport, and essentially what you want to do is once you get on your downwind, you want the runway parallel with you. Mr. Pilot 222, welcome, my friend. I'm glad to see you in here. Canesto's going to join us here, VatSim at Detroit. We have Meritus, twitch.tv Meritus, online on Tower right now in Detroit, so hopefully we'll be able to have a little bit of fun here, and it won't be too frustrating for anybody. Go ahead, Canesto.
What was I gonna say? We don't land, right? Or do we land?
Okay, so that's the whole point of flying a pattern. A pattern is so you land, right? A pattern is so you can practice landings, but here's the positive thing though. This also gives you the benefit of learning how to fly a pattern too, because part of it is you're going to have a lot more contact with a air traffic controller when you're flying a pattern than if you're just being passed off to people. Yeah, it's all touch and goes, exactly. And she may tell us you're clear for touch and go, or she may say you're cleared for the option. If she says you're cleared for the option, you'll repeat that back, right? So basically what will happen is once you're about 45 degrees with the runway with 22 left, right? She's going to call out and say to you, she's going to say whatever your call sign is. So for me, she's going to say possibly TBM 73 Hotel Papa, clear to land, runway 22 left, or she'll say clear for the option, runway 22 left, TBM 73 Hotel Papa, right? That's what she's going to say to me, and I'll say clear to land, runway 21 left for the option, 73 Hotel Papa.
Okay. So is she gonna call? You have to request it.
Detroit Tower.
So we have to request it. I'll tell you what, if you want to. Are you already logged in? Are you already logged in, VatSim? Okay. So I'll tell you what, how about you do this? Listen to me talk to her, and just basically repeat what I'm going to say. That's all you got to do. And I'm going to go ahead and show you what a traffic pattern looks like, Canesto, just so you're aware.
Climb via the SID, departure frequency Unicom, squawk 4166.
Clear the JFK, the Papa 2, the merge is filed via the SID, departures with Unicom 122.5, 4164, you said?
Alright, do you see that image there? Do you see that image, Canesto?
4166 in the box, 81749.
Canesto, do you see that image?
hold on. Let me. Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, when you take off, you start on your upwind leg. Okay, so that's basically your climb up to 1,000 feet above ground level. And that's pretty standard in the U.S. So generally, traffic patterns are 1,000 feet above ground level in the United States. So you're going to start off by climbing up to 1,000 feet above ground level. It's going to be your upwind. Then you're going to turn essentially 245 degrees, so 90, to your crosswind. Then you're going to turn another 245 degrees to your downwind, which is basically your parallel with the runway. Then another 245 degree turns to base. And then another 245 degrees turns to final. So basically, that's what your traffic pattern is. Now, when she talks to us, she may tell us to fly left traffic or right traffic, okay? Left traffic means you're flying left around the runway. Right traffic is right around the runway. That's all it is. So it's not too complicated.
All right.
Northwest 7 Lima Kilo, make right close traffic for runway 22 right. And how was the braking action?
Right traffic 22 right, and the braking action was actually poor on that one.
Thank you for reporting braking action. Would you like to move over to 21 left for your next?
Can we move 21 right if possible? Because we're going to go to the terminal after this.
We can approve that. I'm not going to get clearance to land yet, though, okay?
Hey, Roger.
I'm just trying to verify which runway we're right next to, wherever she's going to taxi us to, just to verify. You know, I've gotten in this habit, even, you know, breaking out the drone cam just to verify where I'm at. But yeah, I see you over there right now, Canesto, so we'll be taking off here in a minute.
21 right there, push to start at your discretion.
21 right and push to start, my discretion, 81749.
Detroit Tower, November 554 to Tandro at the GA. Information Bravo, ready for taxi.
I'm going to go ahead and listen to the, I'm going to listen to the ATIS one more time just to verify which runways they're using for departing again.
November 554 to Tandro. Information Bravo at the GA, ready for taxi.
Temperature -6. Dew point -11. Altimeter 3021. Simultaneous ILS-V runway 22 right and ILS runway 21 left approaches in use. Departing runway 21 right, runway 22 left. North is 2 airmen. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Read Michael runway hold short instructions.
Alright, so it looks like we're departing runways 22 left and 21 right, so just an FYI.
Alright, Northwest 7 Lima Kilo, runway 21 right, clear to land.
21 right, clear to land, Northwest 7
That's 27 right there.
Detroit Tower, November 554 Echo Tango, ready for taxi.
554 Echo Tango, I'm going to go ahead and give you a intersection departure. Taxi 21 left at Sierra 6 via Sierra 5, Sierra 6.
21 left's right there. That's 27 right.
Intersection departure 21 left at Sierra 6.
22 left, 21 right.
5 at Sierra 6, 554 Tango.
22 left, 22 left, and 21 right. So I think I parked us on the wrong side of the airport. But that's okay. We'll probably get 21 right for departure, it looks like. Just verify how we get over there really quick, and we'll be in all good shape, hopefully. But this is the time, Canesto, where you want to break out charts too, and verify that you're following the taxiways correctly too.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and just verify that really quick. I'm going to break out the chart just to make sure I know where we're at, so that when we call out, we can also let her know our position on the airfield as well. All right, let's go ahead and break out some charts here. So we're at Detroit right now. And it looks like Oh, I loaded up the wrong chart. Let's load up Detroit, KDTW.
Tower 8174
Go ahead.
You said 22 right or 22 left, I'm sorry.
We're next to 27 right.
How do I set the...
Yeah, that's what
How do I say it?
Thanks.
The TARA, or is it...
Okay, so generally speaking, not all the planes do it very well, but I would do this. Just set Mode C on your transponder right now on VPilot. So just click Mode C in VPilot. That's all you gotta do. So we're next to 27 right now over on Sierra. We're over in general aviation right now. So they're gonna want us. They're gonna want us to take off from either runway 22 left or 21 right. So she's probably gonna give us the closest option, which is gonna be 21 right. I'm guessing. So she'll probably have us taxi via Sierra 7, Victor 1, Victor to Papa, and then Papa to Papa 5 or Papa 6 is my guess. So we'll call out really quick. I'll call out just so that you can hear what I'm doing. Just make sure that you got your VPilot audio turned up, and we'll see how this goes, okay?
Northwest 7 Lima Kilo, where do we want to park tonight? Same place you started or elsewhere?
Bravo Terminal.
Bravo Terminal. All right, taxi via Mike Foxtrot Uniforms.
Mike Foxtrot Uniform to the Bravo Terminal. Mike Foxtrot Uniform to the Bravo Terminal. Go to Northwest 7 Lima Kilo.
There you go, you got it.
Decker Tower, November 554 to Tango, holding short, runway 21 left at 06, ready for departure.
All right, 554 Echo Tango, make left, close traffic, runway left at Sierra 6, clear for takeoff.
Left close traffic, clear for takeoff, runway 21 left at 06, November 554 to Tango.
And please call your downwind.
We'll report downwind November 554 to Tango.
Right, here we go. Ready? So I'm gonna go and broadcast out now. Detroit Tower, TBM 73 Hotel Papa, looking to fly close traffic. Have information Bravo on board.
TBM 73 Hotel Papa, I do not have a flight plan for you, sir. Can you file me a quick one?
Hey, how goes it?
We're on VatSim.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, come in, come on.
Shh, I'll be quiet, Where are you guys at?
Detroit.
Okay, Detroit.
Yeah, we're gonna fly close pattern.
Nice, good luck.
I'll tell you what, just for the heck of it, this is not normal, but go ahead and file a flight plan for KDTW. And just do it in VPilot. So there's an option in VPilot, just punch in KDTW for everything, for your departure, destination, everything KDTW.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I'm just gonna,
right?
Yeah, and then I'm going to, yeah, VFR is not very common. I don't know why they're doing this, but I'm gonna put VFR pattern in route. Same thing I'm gonna put in remarks to VFR pattern. All right, KDTW, let's do departure time. Let's see, currently it is 8:12. It's currently 8:12 Central, so we're looking at 2:12. So I'm going to say about 2:15 for Zulu time. And I'm going to say time en route's going to be 1 hour max because she's not going to be on too much longer. And our cruise speed is going to be, cruise altitude is going to be 1,600 feet. Cruise speed is going to be, let's say, maximum 150 knots.
All right, November 73 Hotel Papa, I have a flight plan from you now. Maintain VFR at or below, you're cleared into the Detroit Class Bravo airspace. Maintain VFR at or below 4,000. Squawk 4137.
Cleared through the Class Bravo airspace. Squawk 4017 was that?
That was a 4137.
4137, clear through the cross Bravo airspace, squawk 4137. Looking for just closed traffic today for 73 Hotel Papa.
You've got it. We've got a couple other traffic pattern flights in the vicinity. Do you want to be on the opposite side with a different runway from those, or do you want to be in the same pattern?
Either pattern works, whatever works better for you. We're currently parked over by General Aviation.
All right. Well, we'll see if we can manage a couple on the same runway. As long as we keep you guys separated just fine, it should be easy enough. So I'll have you expect. Can you take an intersection departure?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
All right. So we'll go ahead and expect 21 left at Sierra 6.
21 left at Sierra 6 for TPM 73 Hotel Papa.
So you can start at your discretion and call when ready for taxi.
Push start at discretion, call ready, taxi, 73 Hotel Papa.
Where'd you get your ATIS, by the way?
Vector Tower, November 554 to Tango.
So, did you see in VPilot, KDTW ATIS?
Yeah, I have info Charlie. You said you had info Bravo, which is...
I may have old information, that might be why.
Say the braking action and clear for the option 21 left, November 554 Tango.
21.
I'm retuning it just to make sure.
Dial FZ runway 22 right and dial F runway 21 left approach is
yeah,
in
because
use.
it says advise you have info Charlie.
Departing
so
runway 21
a bit
right.
worried there for a
Runway 22 left. North is 2 airmen. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. Read Michael runway hold short instruction. Operate transponder on mode Charlie on all taxiways and runways. Advise on initial contact. You have information Charlie.
Okay, it is information Charlie now.
Detroit Metropolitan Wayne County Airport 8 is information Charlie 0153 Zulu. 1230 at 10. Visibility 8. Few clouds at 4,400. Ceiling 6,000 overcast. Temperature -6.
Free departure, Tango transition.
She told me to expect Sierra 6, right?
4124.
Alright, clear this round as filed, the set is free, and Tango transition, squawking 4124.
I'll find out in a second here.
Readback is correct. Push at your discretion, call for taxi, and expect runway 22 left.
We'll call for taxi, expect 22 left, Denver 59, thank you.
My pleasure, talk to you soon.
One left. Alright, folks, let's see here. We're going to be departing 21 left here. I do not know why I did not write down my transponder. I generally am really good about that. Does anyone remember my transponder number by any chance? Anybody? Yeah, I know. It's one of those days, right? So I'm pretty sure she'll love me in a second. Detroit Tower, TBM 930, TBM 73 Hotel Papa, looking for close traffic, ready to taxi, but I do need that transponder code one more time.
TBM 73 Hotel Papa, your squawk is 4137. And I need you to squawk mode Charlie for me, and then I'll give you that taxi.
Alright, 4137 for 73 Hotel Papa, squawk mode Charlie.
Alright, your squawk looks good. I had you in the middle of the grass, or in this case, the snow on my scenery. Are you on the parking ramp, or are you in the snow in your scenery?
I'm actually on the parking ramp here in my scenery.
Okay, in that case, taxi via Sierra 5, Sierra 6 for 21 left at Sierra 6.
Sierra 5, Sierra 6 for 21 left at Sierra 6. 73 Hotel Papa. And yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and drive through this guy here. You know, we definitely don't need to worry about him, right? He's not gonna have anything to say to us here in a minute anyway. So we're gonna look for Sierra 6 here, folks. Make sure that we're getting over to 2-1 left here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump up here really quick just to make sure that we can see what we're doing, and hopefully everything will go okay. You know, this is one of those things where flight sim, it's always hard to tell where the heck you're at. So hopefully we won't have too much of a problem here. Sierra 5, Sierra 6. Okay, let's see here. So we got runway, here's the 2-1 left intersection right here. And I believe this should be runway 2-1 left. Yes, it is. Now, an intersection departure, if you're not aware, Canesto, so that means that you're departing from an intersection at a runway. So I'm going to go ahead and head up here to Sierra 5.
So I'm about to file it.
Yep.
When she said, or what am I supposed to expect, basically?
Okay, so basically, here's what I would do. Here's what I would do, okay? So she's probably going to tell you you're going to be cleared through the Class Bravo airspace, right? She's probably going to tell you you're going to be cleared through the Class Bravo airspace. And so you're going to repeat that. And she's also probably going to tell you, that you need to squawk whatever frequency. Make sure you write those numbers down. Don't do what I just did and forget to write them down. I generally always do it, but I think it's because I'm so accustomed to IFR that doing it off VFR, occasionally I do forget. So, it's something to keep in mind that, when you're doing something like that, just pay attention to what they're telling you. Because if you don't, that's where you start to run into issues.
Hello, yeah, Northwest. Okay. Now Northwest 880 with information Charlie, request clearance to Boston.
Val, I assume we have Slant LIMA on board again?
Wait, so when she tells me I'm cleared VFR, I read back cleared
I'm just assume it's a problem with your computer, and
or
every time I see
like
that,
I have info Charlie, right? When do I say that?
You are cleared to Boston via the house departure.
So what you're going to do is, this is what you're going to say to her, okay? So you're going to give out you're going to say Detroit Tower, you're going to say your call sign, and then after that you're going to say looking to fly a close traffic pattern, have information Charlie on board.
Okay, I'm going to follow it right now.
You're doing fine so far, don't worry about it, just relax. She's a nice lady, she's not going to bite, okay? I promise. And you're probably going to also expect an intersection departure too, okay? So keep that in mind. She's probably going to ask me to hold short here in a minute. Of the runway, I'm going to hold short, but she's going to give us more than likely an intersection departure here.
And expect runway 21 right.
Expect 21 right, no.
It's that mom brain, Val. I can't do this.
Huh.
I got the same mom brain. Don't feel bad.
I got Preger's brain going on right now. It's terrible.
Oh, I hear you. I do. I really do.
Quasi, you thinking this will be your last flight?
It might be. We'll see what happens. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll see. Oh,
Quasi,
sorry. I just keyed up on the wrong channel.
All right. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, I am ready to go. Ready to go here at Sierra 5.
Sounds good. Winter 230 at 10. Altimeter 3021. Runway 21 left at Sierra 6. Clear for takeoff. Make left close traffic.
Runway 21 left at Sierra 6. Clear for takeoff. Make close traffic. 730 Papa.
Okay, so...
Victor Tower, November 554 at Chicago on left.
Requesting IFR.
Sorry,
no,
left,
not IFR.
Downwind
Man, I'm trying to practice here, man.
Left. Sorry, I was dreaming a bit.
November 554 Echo Tango, traffic rolling on runway, 21 left, clear for the option.
21 left, clear for the option, November 554 Tango.
And 554 Echo Tango.
Yeah, so it's going to be Detroit Tower, your call sign. After your call sign, then, you're going to go ahead and then say, have information Charlie on board, looking for closed traffic, looking to fly closed traffic. That's all you got to say.
Wait, closed?
Yeah,
or...
closed traffic, because it's a traffic pattern. It's essentially what it is. All right, folks, and we're climbing up to about 1,640 feet, which I'll about level off at.
And November 73 Hotel Papa, please report midfield downwind for me.
We'll report midfield downwind 73 Hotel Papa.
Thank you so much.
Not a problem, thank you. So midfield downwind means when you're midway with that runway, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go ahead and report it to her then. That's all it is. So I would say, Detroit Tower, 73 Hotel Papa, at midfield downwind. For 21 left.
Oh, I couldn't hear you for a sec.
Yeah, so what it'll be is she requests that I do report a midfield downwind. So when I'm parallel with the runway at about midfield, I'm going to report it. So I'm going to say Detroit Tower, 73 Hotel Papa, midfield downwind for runway, left close traffic, midfield downwind for 21 left, 73 Hotel Papa.
554 Tango, we got the traffic in sight.
Okay, and also you're still on the map scene,
That is
so
correct. You
I
are
want
both
to change that.
doing simultaneous left close patterns.
Roger, then I see the traffic.
Thank you very much. Maintain visual separation.
Now, of course, the one big thing is you don't want to get too crazy with your altitude either, right? So like right now, I just let it climb to 3,000 feet. Realistically, I shouldn't go that high.
Traffic landing on 21 left is in the same pattern as you. Please report in sight.
We'll report the traffic in sight, 73 Hotel Papa.
Was that a will report or do report?
Will report traffic in sight, 73 Hotel Papa.
Thank you so much.
Man, I can't see anything here. It's just straight up snow.
Yeah, at times it can be really difficult. And that's the thing, even when you're flying VFR, you've got to keep your eye out. And that's one of the hardest problems too, so. Detroit Tower, 73 Hotel Papa has traffic in sight.
Thank you very much. Maintain visual separation.
Maintain visual separation, 73 Hotel Papa. Alright, so it looks like, guys, we are currently just flying this plane here. We're keeping separation with the other traffic. I'm going to call my midfield downwind right now. Detroit Tower, 73 Hotel Papa, left close traffic, midfield downwind.
Alright, runway 21 left, cleared for the option.
1 left, cleared for the option, 73 Hotel Papa.
Endeavor 51-9, winds are 230 at 10, altimeter 3021. RNAV to 4s, runway 22 left, clear for takeoff.
At 4, it's clear takeoff to 2 left, Endeavor 5019.
Alright, gears coming down, guys. I'm going to start getting some flaps out. Flaps 15. And we're making our left base turn here for runway 21 left. Got to remember also, folks, that, if you're going to be a professional, you don't forget to trim your airplane out, too. That does cause some issues occasionally when you're trying to set up for landing.
We still see your map on the screen right now.
Oh, you still see my map? I'm so sorry about that. Thank you for letting me know.
November 554 Tango, left downwind, runway 21 left.
I don't think she called for him to call for left downwind, but okay.
Number 554 Echo Tango, runway 21 left, clear for the option number 2. We're going to do clear for the option except stop and go, and except full stop.
Clear for option number 2, November 554, change.
And November 73 Hotel Papa, that's also those exceptions are also going to apply to you. So low approach or touch and go only.
Low approach, touch or go only, 73 Hotel Papa.
The 80 request taxi, we're facing east, and I think I'm expecting the same taxi route, so I guess Uniform Foxtrot might cross 9 left.
Northwest 880, you were expecting 2-1 right. Semi taxi would be Uniform Golf Victor Mike cross 9 left.
Yeah, Canesto, feel free to call at any time. You can get going.
Oh yeah, I was just doing something. Hold up.
You're okay.
Uniform Victor Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop over to complete stream for a bit, and I'll be back in just a bit.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
You forgot golf.
Okay, see ya.
Yeah.
Stop by, let me look at the chart.
Tower 81749.
Go ahead.
I refiled my flight plan for something my GPS actually liked. Can you see if it will work for you guys?
Yeah, I can take that.
And November 554, Tango, what aircraft type is the one landing on 21 left?
That is a TBM ahead of you. It's the one you reported on Insight earlier.
Roger, thanks.
Oh, you know, this is 80. I think we got the taxi instruction now. Taxi via Uniform Golf Victor Mike to 21 right.
Alright, we got flaps full out, guys. Here we go, we're coming down. Nice, steady approach. Make sure you drop those predictions into the chat, too, as well, while we're going ahead and flying closed traffic here in Detroit. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, she's always busy.
November 73 Hotel Papa, continue to make left close pattern.
Continue to make left close pattern, 73 Hotel Papa. And we are down again. Alright, here we go. Let's reconfigure here. Toga, flaps up.
November 554, Tango, we have a aircraft, call sign Kilo Tango 669, that's doing barrel rolls in the sky. Do you have them on radar?
I'm seeing them now, thank you.
I concur, we also see them too for number 5019, we don't know what's up with that.
Alright, positive rate, gear up, guys. We got flaps all the way up, and we're climbing up here for pattern work.
Metro Tower number 5019, he just messaged me, said he had an emergency or something, so I don't know.
Thank you.
Alright, we are at pattern altitude. I'm going to go ahead and start into my upwind turn here. Yeah, you know, honestly, I was kind of wondering who the one was doing the barrel rolls in the skies.
Just observe at this point.
No, you're okay. Come on in.
Are you still with me, dear?
Yeah, I'm still with you.
Alright, perfect. Be advised, the aircraft's doing interesting movements in my airspace. I've contacted backup.
I can see him. Oh, what's going on here?
Wilco 73 Hotel Papa will keep an eye out for traffic.
Northwest 880, do you see him on the runway right there?
Say again, Northwest 80?
It looks like he may have landed on the runway 21 right and was trying to keep this guy in sight.
Yeah, he just whooshed by me.
Metro Tower, good evening. American 3519, ready to pick up our IFR 2 O'Hare with information. Charlie.
American 3519, Metro Tower, good evening. You filed the K-Line 1 departure. The K-Line 2 is current. Can you check to make sure you have it?
Alright, well, I'll tell you what, Canessa, this is what I think we're going to do.
Check for the
I'm going to go ahead and request full stop this time, okay? And then let's work on you for a little bit, okay? So let's make sure that you know what you're doing, and you should be all good to go. Now, if you'd like to as well, too, we can do a Your Controls flight with the TBM, because the TBM is fully supported.
We have the
and that's not the problem. It's just that it's quite busy here, and you know,
it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Don't worry about it. Don't make it too much more than what it is. Honestly, here's the thing. Murtis is wonderful. She's going to be patient with you no matter what.
3519. I assume you've got Slant LIMA equipment on board?
Say again, American 3519.
I'm assuming you have Slant LIMA on board?
Let me check that real quick.
If you're RPSM capable with GPS and GNSS, it should be. Usually an Airbus is.
And Metro Tower number 5019, can we be able to transfer over to Unicom, or do you want us to go to Toronto Center?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and switch over to Unicom. My apologies.
Over to Unicom at number 5019. Have a good night.
Troy Tower, TBM 73 Hotel Papa. Midfield downwind for left closed traffic. Looking for full stop this time.
November 73 Hotel Papa, runway 21 left, cleared full stop. November 554 Echo Tango, make right 360.
Right 360, 4th Tango.
Cleared full stop, 73 Hotel Papa, 21 left.
Northwest 880, winds are 230 at 10.
I don't know if you guys can notice it or not, but actually right now, VatSim traffic has stopped popping up on my flight simulator, so I need to stop for a minute. But Canesto, I think what we could do is if we do a real quick Your Controls, I can go ahead and hop into the first officer seat, have you fly, and just, you know, help feed you some information as we go, okay? That'd make it maybe a little bit easier. I won't take controls, you'll fly the airplane the whole time.
You're going to be going Mike 6.
Okay.
Mike 6 across the lawn.
Might as well give it a shot, right?
I guess so, because this is my first time, and you know, I'm not very comfortable yet.
Well, like I said, you know, it makes it easier when you're in the same airplane with another person, and it's a little bit less distracting and discouraging at times, when, especially if you're stressed out about it. So.
You wait for that clearance again.
Roger.
Alright, you are cleared to Chicago here via the KGYY 2 departure. Smooth transition is filed. Climb via SID, expect flight level 280, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency Unicom, squawk 4155.
Could you repeat initial altitude?
Initial altitude will be via the SID. Final altitude 280.
Yeah, so just to let you guys know, though, doing barrel rolls and stuff on the VatSim network can get your account deleted, so, yeah, that person may lose their account.
Must transition, climb via the SID, final altitude, flight level 280, squawking 4155.
That was, yeah, reback is correct. Push at your discretion. Call for taxi.
Okay, I got traffic in sight, looks like.
Got online at ground point 8.
Alright, we'll call ground for taxi, thank you.
My pleasure.
And I really flew that traffic pattern really freaking wide,
And
guys.
November 554 Tango left downwind runway 12.
You know what? I kind of don't feel like doing it now.
21 left. We're like full stop.
All right, 554 Echo Tango. Give me one more right closed circle, and we'll get you going.
One more right closed circle, November 554 Tango.
I just want to give the TBM a little bit of extra space there.
Okay, yeah, I got you.
Northwest 880, over to Unicom. We'll talk to you later, Val. Have a good night.
Unicom 1.8 while climbing with Apollo 11, North 880. See ya.
Detroit Tower, 730 Top Papa has traffic in sight. And here we go, we're coming down.
Last aircraft, Mr. Pete.
Detroit Tower, TBM 730 Top Papa was just saying half traffic in sight.
Ah, thank you so much.
You know
I
what?
see
Maybe
you on
let's
2-1 right there rather than 2-1 left, but you're both full stop, so you're fine.
Oh, I totally missed that. I'm sorry about that. 2-1 right, cleared to land.
you're
2-1 right, cleared to land.
At 5 feet above it. Alright, November 81749er, runway 21 right, line up and wait. We'll get you going.
Line up and wait, 749.
And that's another one of those terrain issues, folks.
Alright,
I'm gonna say this for another day, actually.
Clear land runway.
You want to wait, you said?
November 554.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
I just went too wide on that traffic pattern, that's all it was, so. Part of it is it's the weather, too, and the runways, they're harder to see at night, so.
Yep.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and drop off a VatSim here really quick. Give me 1 second.
I think I'm just gonna relax and just fly around with other people.
You sure? I mean, you're more than welcome to join in here, too.
Yeah. Maybe another day.
Alright,
Maybe
sounds
tomorrow.
good. Well, that was my fault. That was my fault. So, you know what?
Oh,
It happens.
No, it's me. It's me. Trust me, it's me.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, well, is Complete Freedom is currently streaming?
Oh, yeah. He is still doing another flight, actually.
Go ahead and send him the raid then. Alright, everyone, thank you so much for joining in on the VatSim tutorial today. Everyone, I'm glad you were able to make it if you could. We're going to go ahead and raid Complete Freedom real quick, send him a raid, and let's have a good rest of the night. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for joining in. See ya.